suck. Homie out there doing 60 minutes of cardio. Get out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what is attempting to be the best sports podcast here on YouTube. My name is Cody. As always, I've got my friends and co-hosts with me, Aaron and CK. Before we get started today, we just want to point out a little something. Over the course of the time that we've had the channel and everything, we've noticed that a staggering almost 92, I believe, or 94% of you guys that are viewing our content are not subscribed. So while you're here, feel free to go ahead and subscribe. If you like our content, we definitely appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate the views anyways, but it would be always better if you're subscribed and you hit that bell for the notifications. Free. Aaron, what do we have on tap for today's episode?
Man, just the normal. We're going to talk a little NFL news, talk some Packers and Panthers corner, do some offensive tackle rankings. Like I said last episode, we're going to play around on Over the Cap, and then we're going to get out of here on a fun note and do a little first round mock draft of all 32 teams. So
sounds good, man.
Like a great time.
Sounds good. All right, let's get to this around the league news. All right. First thing we get to talk about, good old Derek Carr. Derek Carr is now, as you can tell, now a free agent, as everybody should know. Kind of just making his rounds, going to New York. I don't know if he went back to the Saints. And I'm sure he's going to make. Yet. He hasn't gone back. Okay, met the Saints anyway. And the Saints and Jets are the two teams I know for a fact. I don't know if he's went anywhere else, but I'm sure he will. But apparently when he went with the Jets, apparently they went out and ate dinner. It was a great meeting. And the Jets reportedly have told Derek Carr that he is a first ballot Hall of Famer if he comes to New York and he wins. That is a selling point.
It's definitely
a really
great
high
pitch.
Selling point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so the thing that I like about this actually is that I don't necessarily know if they're just trying to make that sellable to him or if, they're trying to make it sellable to themselves just because of they're basing it off of what they have seen out of him in the Raiders. And maybe they think that with Nathaniel Hackett coming in and being the offensive coordinator, maybe that they can do more with Derek Carr than maybe they were getting in Las Vegas. I do think that it would be interesting, and I actually have something for this a little bit later in the show, but I think it'll be interesting to see if Derek Carr does go there, what he'll do with the Jets.
All right.
Yeah. I think him and the Jets is probably the best fit, mainly because I don't really want him in New Orleans just because, I don't think he's the greatest of QBs, but I don't think he's awful either. So I don't see how he couldn't maybe lead the Saints to a couple wins this season.
He would easily be the best QB in the division.
Yes, yeah. Even after the Bucks, Falcons, and Panthers probably all draft QBs this draft. Just because he's the most NFL. He's been in the NFL the longest. He knows his way around the league. So, but he'd definitely still make mistakes. But I think him and the Jets would be an interesting. Definitely the way that offense is built, Garrett Wilson and all them. I really like that fit.
I agree.
Let's see what we got next.
What a bum.
Robbie?
I just don't understand.
Who knows anymore? No one understands this man.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
Dude changed his name twice within the matter of 3 years. It's insane. I think he's just so... Because he's not talked about, he has to do something to get talked about. Whether that's doing what he did a couple years ago to the cop and what he said to the cop, or now changes his name 5 times a week, whatever. But apparently, the way it's what I'm hearing from the Cardinal side of things, he's very high probability he's getting cut. But he got traded.
Then I guess he wasn't chosen.
He
Exactly.
wasn't chosen for much, was he?
Wasn't chosen, was he?
Yeah, the XFL is calling, but I mean, he got his money, so you can't really hate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just something funny to throw in there for all the Panther fans watching, just because we know this guy's kind of a clown. You don't get in a coach's face. I mean, so
No.
he deserved everything he got. Oh, okay. I see this on Instagram the other day, and I just thought this was pretty cool to see. I just really like the layout and what they've all got. We could just kind of go over the big ones that we see here. We ain't got to go nothing over all of them.
Yeah.
James Bradbury, the Raiders, is an interesting option.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know.
not
I don't
great.
know. I don't like that pick. Not a fan of that.
No.
Um,
I'm looking over it.
yeah, but I
So
say if
can't
y'all
really-
see anything that pops out, Juju to the Ravens wouldn't be awful if they can keep Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be bad. I don't know if
I kind of like Derek Carr to Washington too.
I don't see
Carter
Jesse
Washington's
Bates
not
falling that
bad.
far. If that were to happen.
I don't see Saquon going to the Cowboys, but I think it's just because I don't see Saquon leaving. I don't see Saquon leaving New York. So
Right, yeah. If Saquon does leave New York, I think he stays in New York though, and I think he goes to Buffalo.
I could see
that
that.
would be really nice for Buffalo.
Why not? Why not? You know, it's just like
Yeah, it's the same state. You don't have to move that far.
You need a running game anyway.
I know it
Go
says
send-
free agency mock draft, but I almost it's kind of well. I guess they're just doing the free agents.
I don't really
was
know
almost
why
half
they're
expecting to
saying.
see Rodgers on there.
Yeah, the way they're doing it is like free agents, as you can tell. Yeah, the Bears have the most cap space. The Bucks have the least, so that's how the order they're going in. But the Kansas City and OBJ thing. I don't really see the need there other than OBJ just ring chasing.
Yeah, no, I actually was going to say the same thing. Before I went in on the Saquon thing, I don't see a need for Kansas City to need to pick up another speedy wideout like that because they've already got MVS who was producing over the course of the year, and then they've got their possession pass guys and like Sky Moore, and then if they bring Juju back, they seem to be pretty competent as a receiving core. Then obviously you always got Travis Kelce. I mean, it by no means is like a show out, receiving core, but obviously it's serviceable enough to win a championship. So I don't think you really need to bring in Odell.
Right.
Which kind of sucks for Odell because I don't think that there's a lot of teams that are going to be looking his way. Maybe he comes to Green Bay finally, but we'll see. I don't really know if we need him though, to be honest.
Yeah, since you brought up Green Bay, I think the Mike Gesicki grab is not bad. Because it's like either way, I see Green Bay getting a tight end somehow, whether it's drafting one, whether it's getting one in free agency. So, you're going to need one for Jordan Love. And I also do I know he's got age on him, but I'm not against Levante David. It just depends on what his contract. With Carolina right now, it all depends on contract and money-wise for me.
Yeah.
With any free agents.
One that really sticks out to me, which is actually kind of funny because this is where he statistically had his worst years at.
I know where you're going to go with this.
Geno Smith going back to the Jets is
crazy.
That was
so stupid. That would be so stupid.
It would be dumb.
That would be bad for the Jets, and that would also be bad for Geno Smith. Because I feel like if you're Geno Smith, you're looking at what you did in Seattle, and you're like, why would I leave?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think my favorite one on this whole thing is probably Josh Jacobs to the Bills.
Jacobs, the Bills would be really nice for them.
Jimmy G to the Dolphins doesn't. I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't because it's like for Tua's safety, you have a good backup, a serviceable backup, but it's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like the obvious one here that I could actually really see is Pat Pete going to the Bucks. And the only reason why I say that is because the Buccaneers, if you look at them over their last couple of like seasons, they've always had veteran like DBs. And so, with guys coming out and then probably wanting to shore up that secondary just a little bit more, it makes a lot of sense to me. But other than that, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
The only
'cause
reason
so
the only reason I disagree with that is because I think Pat Pete's gonna want to go to contender.
Yeah, I don't think
I mean, they're
he's
negative
never won
56
a ring.
million cap.
Yeah, he's never won a ring. So if I'm him, I'm probably like seeing what like
Shoot, I'd go to
Kansas
the Chiefs.
City. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kansas City's got brewing over there. Maybe even the Eagles.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Eagles
Eagles are interesting because Eagles like so many of their guys are free agents and some big name dudes too. But
Yeah.
with Pat
Uh-huh.
Pete, I can understand down there with them only because they're losing Jamel Dean.
yeah, I could see.
So,
So for Pat Pete, I don't know why, but two teams just really came to my head, and they're both contenders. I could really see Pat Pete in KC, and I could see him in Buffalo. I think both of those are first of all, they're contenders, but second of all, you look at KC's safety room, and it's kind of lacking, and then you look at Buffalo's safety room, and they have a very aging Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. So
one of them will not be on the team this year. I think
and
it's
it will
Poyer.
be Jordan Poyer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be Poyer. So I
I
think
don't know
Pat
if he
Pete
goes
there.
to Cleveland, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Pat Pete in Buffalo would actually make a lot more sense, which would mean that you could realistically probably put what was it, Josh Jacobs going to the Bills on this? You could probably put Josh Jacobs maybe just staying with the Raiders. So
Yeah. I like I said, I'm okay with Devontae David, but I think right there I'd rather have Deontay Foreman, honestly.
yeah,
I'd rather have I think in this mock draft thing, they have Jesse Bates making it to the Vikings. I would prefer Jesse Bates 10 times over Levante David.
Oh yeah, I'm not down for spending money on anybody, but Jesse Bates, yeah, you throw a bag to Jesse Bates.
yeah.
Don't
Well,
like
I
everybody.
think the reason why they're saying Jesse Bates is because Harrison Smith is getting a lot older, so they might want
Which is
a younger
sad
guy.
because Harrison Smith is was really really good. He
He
still
still
good,
is.
but
Still- he
that
still
dude
was a
is
dog.
that dude is
Yeah.
like he deserves a ring. So
He does.
He's really
He does.
good.
He's one of the Vikings, the few Vikings that I have been able to tolerate, but I tolerate him because of his sportsmanship. That guy is a
Right.
true competitor through and through, and I've always respected Harrison Smith as a player.
Right. That's good. That's good. Let's see what else we got, man. Oh, okay, cool. Hendon Hooker has reportedly met extensively with 5 NFL teams, and that would be the Giants, the Cowboys, the Raiders, the Panthers, and the Saints. One of these, he will be a backup. The other 4, he could possibly start. As a Panther fan, and Colin's going to agree with me, the only reason that Carolina needs to stay away from Hendon Hooker, and honestly every team should, but I hope the Saints get him because I hate the Saints, is because by the time, and Colin brought this up in one of our chats, by the time this man gets paid his first big contract, he'll be drawing, what'd you say?
That's a
What
Social
was it?
Security.
He'll be drawing Social Security because he's 25, and when he first gets his big contract, he'll be like 29. 28, 29 range. So that's normally around the time QBs slowly start declining. Now, if he was a 22, 23-year-old QB, I'd be all for Hendon Hooker. Like, I'd be all on the Hendon Hooker train because, one, I played against him in high school, and that'd just be something really cool to say. Well, me and Cody did. So that'd be just really freaking cool to say. But he come out bald this year.
Yeah.
He played really good. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think that if he didn't get injured, and Tennessee stayed hot, good possibility he could have been second, if not won the Heisman.
Probably.
I'm not going to say that he would have won the SEC championship or even whatever, because Georgia's Georgia. I mean, but we don't know. But
I think out of all 5 of those teams, the most likely is probably the Cowboys.
yeah, for a backup, yep.
Yeah, because didn't they say something about? Well, I don't know if you have anything about Dak coming up.
I don't, but I did see the thing where they said that
he's got like one more year.
He got one more year, and they really like C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, I saw that.
Reportedly, so I can't really say they do.
So I could see them basically going, okay, Hendon, you're going to be in second. You give him a year to like fully heal from an ACL, even though he will be ready before training camp. But you give him an entire season to heal.
Yeah.
Heal, and if Dak doesn't perform,
and then
and then if Dak doesn't perform, okay, well now you have Hendon Hooker plus probably a guy you draft. You see what happens.
Imagine that like they draft Hendon Hooker, and Dak gets in, and they go to the playoffs this year again, and Dak plays like crap, and they get down by like 2 touchdowns, and they put Hendon Hooker in, and Hooker leads them to a comeback victory.
It would be interesting.
Oh my God, dude! Dallas fans would explode.
No, but the problem with that would be it would be the Ben DiNucci story, or it would be the who is their other like backup that was like really good that just Cooper Rush. It would just be
nice.
He was nice, but look, it would just be that all over again, because Jerry Jones, just like Tony Romo, Jerry Jones likes Dak Prescott way too much. So, like, he's going to be like, okay, cool, Hendon Hooker played good football. What's up?
Yeah. It's the same way they love Ezekiel Elliott. If Ezekiel Elliott's not a Cowboy next year, I'd be surprised.
I mean, shoot, he might retire.
Not wrong. We got one more. Bobby Wagner and the Rams have agreed to a release. Was it Friday? Thursday? Friday? One of the 2 days.
I think it was Thursday.
After one season with the Rams. This is another guy I wouldn't mind Carolina taking a look at. Maybe a 1-year deal, 2-year deal, something kind of cheap. But just depends.
Definitely looks like the Rams might. I don't know about blow it up, but if you're cutting Bobby Wagner and you're going to trade Jalen Ramsey, it's going to be interesting to see what they try and do.
Once you trade Aaron Donald.
I mean, you're not wrong, but God, they are screwed hard.
Yeah, well, they did what they should have done, though. They said F them picks. They got rid of all of them, got everybody they needed. They won a Super Bowl.
So no. I would trade it all in to do that too, but
so what's
look at them now. That's rough.
What's going to happen? What I fully expect is they're going to blow it up this year. Depending on how bad they are next season, Sean McVay will probably retire.
I don't think he'll retire.
I don't think if he came back,
he might go to another team.
If he came back this season, he ain't retiring next season.
Well, if he goes to another team, I hope Frank Reich gets fired and we hire him. And I like Frank Reich, but daggum, man, I love me some Sean McVay. That man can coach.
That's a fact.
I have one more for Around the League news. This was something I seen right before we started. I added in. According to League Source, body scans will be used for the first time at the Combine next week in hopes of eventually replacing the manual body measurements that have been done for decades. The consideration is that the scans will replace the hands-on process of measuring players' height, hand size, and wingspan with a single scan approach. These scans are going to be beta tested next week for accuracy, with the belief that they'll be fully integrated in 2024 and beyond. What do you guys think?
I mean, I don't really care at all.
I mean, it's interesting.
I just thought it was a cool little tidbit that they're trying.
I mean, it's kind of cool, but I mean, it's just, measuring dude's height.
Is it going to be like a factor when, like, I mean, obviously, like, your height is going to be a factor, but like, I feel like this is the thing with me, right? Especially like for quarterbacks, I've never really understood the whole like hand size measurement for quarterbacks. If you can
I think,
sling, if you can sling a football, you can sling a football. Like, why does it matter if you have small hands?
I think that it's because of the size of the football.
I mean, yeah, but
I think it's because of
the,
grip.
That yeah, that's what I mean.
comparatively though, if you look at like the size of a college football and then you look at the size of an NFL football, it's really not that much bigger. Like if you can effectively throw a college football, you can more than likely effectively throw an NFL football. Like you're not going to go from throwing 62 yards in college with a college football to only throwing like 45. It's just not going to
Right.
happen.
Yeah.
So like while
Yeah.
I do understand like the grip thing, like I I don't understand the measurement of hand size. But I obviously don't get paid by the NFL. I'm obviously not an employee, so I don't really know about it, but like
It's probably
it
just one of
just
those
doesn't make
things
a
where
whole
it's
lot of
like
sense to me.
it's probably one of those things where it's just like if two prospects are extremely close, you're gonna pick the guy with bigger hands over the guy with smaller hands. That's probably why they measure it more than
Well,
likely.
you know what they say about guys with big hands, big gloves.
True. Very true.
So
Albert
Yep.
Einstein in the building.
that's that.
Yep. Before we get into Packers and Panthers corner, I wanted to go ahead and knock out these offensive tackle rankings.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So from top to bottom is my 1 to 5. I guess I'll start at 5. How do you correctly pronounce his last name?
Mock.
Does anybody know?
No way you do not know that. It's mock.
It's mock.
I mean, go for it.
He
I
may
don't know how
be
to say it.
right, but I feel like it looks like a mulch.
I feel like it is a march.
He looks like somebody with the last name Mulch.
Let's just call him Cody and go on with it.
Them chompers.
What I like about Cody, man, is he's light and he's quick on his feet. He's rarely beaten by speed rushers and edges too, which is a huge plus. Definitely would come into the league,
Man,
and he's got elite speed. Like I think I seen earlier, his 40 time, and remember these are offensive tackles, was like a 5.20, like a 5.2 flat.
oh, I see a 4.88.
Did he run a 4.88?
I mean, it says he ran a 4.88, but that
I
is
tell you what,
I'm calling cap.
I tell you what, that sounds like 5.2 sounds better for him as an offensive tackle. But if that man comes to the combine next week and runs a 4.8, 4.9 flat, nah, bro, might be the third offensive tackle taken off the board.
I mean,
A
if Jordan Davis can do it, he can do it.
Thank you, exactly. The only kind of negatives with Cody here though is that he's kind of got short arms, which is kind of what Cody said earlier. Our Cody
Oh,
about
Matt Rule would hate him.
yeah, Matt Rule's like can't do it, brother.
Can't do it.
Can't
It's not
do
gonna
it,
work.
buddy.
It's not gonna work.
Sorry.
It's not
Can't
gonna
do
work.
it, man. He kind of does also at the same time. He struggles to stay engaged with his blocks, which with pass blocking is a little harder because it's like the quarterback doesn't need to have 10 seconds in the pocket. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's hard because, like I said, you don't need too much time. But I guess this would be more for running, like a run block.
Yeah.
And then he plays upright a lot. He's not a low stance type guy. But my pro comparison for Cody was actually Ali Marpet because Ali's the same. It's the same way Cody is. They both came from kind of, I'm not gonna say no name schools because North Dakota State's been producing some
Dogs.
QBs and stuff too. So,
Shout out
but they
Christian
come
Watson.
from lower tier schools, so they're not really heard of as much. But I don't know. I like Cody personally. We don't need tackles for the first time in like 12 years, so I
Not
don't
wrong.
know what to say. But
My fifth is also Cody Mauch.
okay,
However you want to say it.
yeah,
Because, it's just I do think he's got that, like most what offensive lineman needs. You have to have that dog in you in the run game. So I know he doesn't hold his blocks that well, but whenever you watch him, he's he's running dudes over. He's getting in your mouth. Get right.
Hey, yo!
And then also, if you haven't watched, whenever his boy gets a first down, he'll slide in and do the finger guns. Right.
What did he say?
Dude's awesome, man. Darnell Wright. I really like Darnell Wright. It was hard for me not to put him over Peter in this, to be honest with you. Darnell's the most experienced out of all these 5. He's got like over 2,700 snaps at the tackle position. Every year, his production and his technique improved, which is a huge thing. And his height and his athleticism is insane. So, and he's the best as an outside left tackle, in my opinion. So, like, some of these guys you can slide in. Maybe we're going to get to that here soon about one of them anyway. But yeah, Darnell's probably the most, in my opinion, probably the most pro-ready tackle coming in this class. He's not the quickest guy. His change of direction's kind of sloppy. And again, he's got long arms, but his hands are small. It depends. I don't know how. Like Cody said earlier, I don't really know why that makes the biggest difference. But I mean, it's part of it. I don't know what these scouts.
We should actually look that up. And if you guys know, I mean, if you're watching like this segment or whatever, we can make it like a segment or like a short. If you guys actually know like why hand size in the NFL actually matters, like comment below and let us know. We will respond back to you because we're pretty good about that. But it's just good info for us to know, and we actually might feature the responses next week in the show if you guys actually do make the comment. So let us know, man, because I mean we're learning just like everybody else is about the NFL every day. So
yeah. For Darnell Wright, my pro comparison for him was actually Lael Collins.
Oh, nice. That's a good comparison.
Just without the murder.
Okay. All
Sorry.
right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, to move on from that,
there, man.
I'm going to say my 4th tackle. Mine is DeJuan Jones, the left tackle from Ohio State. He's actually the right tackle. Sorry. Right tackle for Ohio State. He is 6'8", 375 pounds. He is a monster in the run game, as you can imagine, being that big of a man. I believe he had the longest wingspan ever recorded at his at the senior day. It was I don't remember exactly what it was, but instead of being in the 99th percentile, he's in like the almost 100th percentile, which is very, very good. And then the only issue I think he really has is his speed. He's not that fast, and then going against speed guys on the edge. If you can dip and bend like Brian Burns, that's going to be his weakness. So that's my 4th guy.
Nice. He's good too. I agree with you on that. I do like him. Next, let's talk about old Peter Skoronski. That's a bad name right there, boy. That dude just sounds like
like an elite.
He sounds like
a Hall of Famer already. Yeah.
Right. Skoronski.
Sound like Shrek.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Get out to my Skoronski.
This is my swamp.
It's short next week.
Yeah.
Oh man. Give his pro comparison, and a lot of people may not know him. He's from the Colts. Bernard.
He's from the Colts.
He played for the Colts. Yes, he did.
Who, Peter Stronsky?
No, Bernard Ryman.
Oh, I totally thought you were talking about him.
No, I'm talking about Bernard.
You're such an idiot, dude.
Comparison.
You idiot!
Damn,
I was like,
what right now?
I was like, God. I was like, you're...
Colin's in his own galaxy, bro.
No, I thought he said Peter Skoronski played for the Colts. I was like, what?
No, but look for him to get drafted to number 1 overall by the Colts.
Right. Peter's athleticism is fantastic. A lot of these guys kind of have the same pros, in my opinion. A lot of these guys' athleticism is insane. He has a high work ethic. He always has since high school, and his hand technique is beautiful. It's amazing. As a former offensive lineman in high school, which that doesn't really mean crap, but it's I enjoy watching the big boys, get dirty. Pause.
Hey, yo.
Because
Nah,
like
that's gonna be a
I
short.
like probably.
And make sure you leave out the pause.
Oh man, come on, dude! You guys are killing me tonight.
Heavily edited.
Another bad part. His arm length is not great. He struggles to lock on the D line a lot. So he's kind of like with Cody down there. He doesn't always stay engaged with his blocks. And then he's a left tackle, but it's because of his arm length that I think you can slide him down to guard.
Heard that about 2 other people too.
But
Yeah, so it's actually funny that you mentioned that because I was watching. Shout out to Aaron Nagler, who does Cheesehead TV. I was listening to his show the other day, and he was actually talking about Skoronski for a second. Nags is like me, where he doesn't really watch college football, but he likes to look at the analysis and stuff like that as this time of year approaches us. And he said if the Packers were to actually take Skoronski, if he moves down to us at like 15 or something like that, just because we might need an offensive tackle, it's one of our not as needy positions, but it's something that I could still see us attacking in this like draft. We would probably move him into a guard position and move Zach Tom, who we got out of Wake Forest last year, to that tackle position for sure. So just something interesting to think about that I thought that you guys had already made mention of.
Right. Zach Tom was pretty good too. Zach Tom
Yeah.
was probably pretty good for y'all right there. Did he play any this year?
He did.
I thought
He
he
actually
did.
He played every position this year once except for center, which he actually played primarily
Brady
in
Christensen.
college. Yeah, but Tom was actually a center primarily in college, but he played every other position except for center. But that's okay, because where he did play, especially when David Bakhtiari was injured, or coming back from his ACL injury finally, he definitely exceeded. So
Good. We'll jump to Mr.
I
Paris
agree with
Johnson.
Peter at 3, by the way.
Sorry.
I don't have anything else to add. No.
Okay.
I have Peter at 3 as well.
Okay, cool. I feel like the top 3 are kind of interchangeable depending on who you are. I mean,
Yeah.
But my second is Paris Johnson Jr. He has improved his footwork over his college career, which is always great. He's a natural born leader, and he finishes the defensive lineman, all his blocks, and he never quits. He kind of reminds me of Michael Orr in the movie Blindside when he pushes old dude to the bus and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I send him home."
Mhm.
It was time for him to go home.
But my thing is, he's a little impatient. He does lack experience. He's only played for a season, 1 year as left tackle, and he looks sometimes, depending on it's probably more the speed than it is anything, but he looks a little underpowered in the run game. Like if he gets on maybe a linebacker, he looks like he can be overpowered, which isn't always great. Definitely for a left tackle. So my pro comparison for him was Charles Cross.
Nice.
I can see that.
I like that one.
So, and then we'll finish with old big boy. Good old Broderick Jones. I like this dude a lot.
What a mammoth of a man.
Was he, was he the Georgia player that was in the car wreck? Was it him?
Don't know.
I couldn't tell you. I don't
that
know.
for a fact.
Okay. I can't remember. I feel like it was, but I can't remember.
I can look it up.
Yeah. My comparison for him was actually Deion Dawkins, who plays for the Bills.
Nice. That's a good
strong. He's strong armed and has a very powerful grip. He never allowed a sack this season. He didn't allow a single sack, but he allowed like a couple pressures, but he didn't allow any sacks. And His speed is insane. The dude has a basketball background, and he actually used to play tight end.
Nice.
So he's
probably quick on his feet then.
Yes, he's got some speed on him. He does have limited play time, which hurts him. He's only started 22 games, so that kind of hurts.
They say he's going to run a 4.80. 4.8. Sorry,
a 4.8. Let's see. We got some speedy left tackles, man. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
He's bad about over exaggerating sometimes, or not over exaggerating. He's over aggressive. I don't know where I got that word from. He's over aggressive sometimes, which it's okay, but at the same time, it's going to cause flags. It's going to cause penalties. It's going to hurt your team in time of need. So if he can kind of, relax a little bit and not be as aggressive to where it's like once you get the guy in the dirt, you're not like pounding his face in the dirt. You're just kind of laying on him. Then it's fine. But and he's bad about stopping at the point of contact. So that's not where you're supposed to keep your feet. I think teach you playing football. Always keep your feet pumping. Always do what you got to do. He's bad about hitting it and then kind of stop, hesitating, taking a pause, and then going back to it when you need to, push through the block.
Yep, got to chop them feet, baby.
So, what's y'all's number one?
I just swap Paris and Broderick.
Okay.
No comment.
Listen.
I don't know.
Nice.
Nice. Man, at least you're honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give my input on stuff that I actually know, but
yeah,
I mean, like I said last week, and when we, so for
Nothing
the
wrong
QBs and
with
the
it.
wide receivers, I absolutely knew what was going on there. Obviously, I faltered a little bit with tight ends last week. Offensive tackles, man, you're not gonna get anything from me. I don't.
Oh yeah,
pay
we will.
attention to those
Don't
dudes.
worry, we will never forget good old Cage Stover.
Yep.
Hey, listen.
We will never forget a good old.
That
Cage
was rough.
Stover.
That was a rough
actually,
game.
I have a really funny thing to bring up. Do you guys
boy.
remember last week when I was talking about Dalton Kincaid and how he was trash? Do you guys know that he's mocked to go to us right now at number 15?
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know why you say he's trash. Man.
Yeah, I don't know why you're calling him trash.
That's some highlights you should watch. Then, if you guys are getting mocked Kincaid, I think Kincaid's really good. But yeah, I did see that Kincaid was mocked to y'all, and Michael Mayer fell far, which is weird.
It'll be interesting to see what they do at the combine.
Was that the mock that Daniel Jeremiah put out
on Tuesday of this week? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Throw it in the trash because he had us taking Peter Skoronski. Throw it in the trash.
Oh yeah. I saw that
rough.
too.
Nah,
it was a rough day.
He don't watch football. That dude got shredded to pieces on Twitter.
Yeah, it was rough.
Because me and CK are both on Panthers Twitter, and they
it was
tore
bad.
him apart.
It was bad.
They were like, "You could have gave us Bijan, you could have gave us a QB, you could have gave us a tight end, but you went an offensive tackle when we have two.
Yeah.
Why?
And you could even argue technically 3.
Yeah, technically 3. Dude, there's 6, 7, probably 10 other positions I would take before I took a left tackle or a tackle at all, period.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot. I mean, I don't know, man. But
I didn't agree
the only
with
way it
that.
would make sense if he thinks we would for some reason trade Taylor Moton.
Yeah.
That's the only way that you would do that.
And even then, I think you can make an argument. You move Brady Christensen over and slide in Cade Mays.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, you can make that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Cody, I'm going to mute and I'm going to give you Packers Corner. Let you and CK take over.
Okay.
So you guys knock it out.
We are here.
Oh, alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Packers Corner. Obviously, this is the segment in Pack the Bank where we talk about all things for the Green Bay Packers. I am your resident Packer fan. And today we only have a couple of things. Obviously, if you follow any type of NFL news, you will know that quarterback Aaron Rodgers came out of his 4-day darkness retreat on Wednesday.
Ow! It's bright out here.
And they posted about it on Thursday. He did not last the entire 4 days. I think he went in on like Sunday, came out Wednesday night. So now we are waiting. We are once again in Rogers Watch.
Here we go again.
Some exciting stuff, though. We are pack under the cap. The Packers have restructured the contracts of 3 players, clearing almost $24 million in cap space. Those 3 players are Aaron Jones, Preston Smith, and Jair Alexander, who we are extremely happy to have back because they are cornerstone players for our franchise. Obviously, you guys know that since we picked up Preston Smith in the 2019 offseason, when we picked up Zadarius Smith with him, he has done nothing but wreak havoc on offensive lines, and we are very fortunate to have number 91 with us. So we love that. Obviously, Aaron Jones and Jair Alexander we drafted, so they are homegrown players for us. And they are only continuing to get better. Obviously, Jair being a top 5 corner in the NFL, argue with a brick wall if you disagree. He's going to continue to get better. Aaron Jones is going to continue to get better. And I like that we re-signed these guys. Look for in the next couple of days for David Bakhtiari's contract to be looked at as well for the restructure. Somebody else. I'll have to.
Kenny Clark.
Yeah. It was Kenny Clark. Look for those 2 contracts to be restructured within the next couple of days as well. I know that we're gearing up to what looks like make a free agency push at somebody because we are officially no longer in cap hell. Don't know how that happened, but yeah, we're not there anymore. So it's a good day to be a Packers fan. Do you find gentlemen have anything for Packers corner?
Yeah, what's the chances of moving on from David Bakhtiari altogether?
So I don't think they're high. And the reason why I say that is because I think that you got to look at it this way. Even with David Bakhtiari coming off an ACL tear and not playing 2 years, the games that he was in, he didn't allow a single sack. So it is probably alerting the front office as well as Matt LaFleur that this kid can still play. Like, he's still got it. And I think that those type of left tackles, you think about left tackles like Trent Richardson, Trent Williams. You think about guys like anyways, just around the league, you think about like all the left tackle talent that is like truly like elite talent. And you can't really find that. It's kind of hard to find that in a tackle that doesn't allow that type of pass rush to happen. So I think that we definitely will retain him. Now, if we were to let him go, I think that it would be, I don't think it'd be like a king's ransom, but it would probably be pretty hefty.
Yeah.
But you never know. Off season is crazy. So
Shall be interesting.
You're not wrong. The off season, this off season is going to be insane, dude.
Yeah, and
Yes.
we're literally just getting started. We didn't talk about it earlier, but in around the league. But Byron Jones retired.
Oh yeah, I forgot to add that. I know you said that in chat earlier.
I did, but it's okay. I'll mention it.
Did he retire, or did he? Are they just speculating?
Oh no, he retired.
Oh,
He
he's
made
gone. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that they said I kind of read some of it, but somebody posted and was like he's speculating retirement, and I'm like, I thought he did retire. I'm confused.
No, he did. He came out with a statement on Twitter. I'll actually probably add it here somewhere. Saying
something about he couldn't run and jump anymore, right? Not like he used to.
So he pretty much was saying like don't get the injections, don't take the doctor's advice, because it'll prolong your ability to play, but your ability like after you play is not going to be the same. So like after 8 seasons, he is retiring. So to Byron Jones, if you ever watch this or if you're a Dolphins fan, I just want to say thank you. You were a great player. We here at Back the Bank wish you the best in the future. You guys want to move on to Panthers Corner?
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Why are you laughing, bud?
I don't know, man. Every time Cody kills me, every time when he's like, well, who was it last week? Matt LaFleur, if you're watching this.
Yeah.
Man, I love it, dude. I love it.
Dude, you never know. You never know.
I know
What if he watches
I know.
this?
He's part of the 94% that didn't subscribe. Hey, Matt LaFleur.
You imagine?
He's one of our 12 subscribers.
Sub up, buddy. Yeah, he's one of our 12 guys. It's him and Byron Jones are our 2 subscribers, a part of the
Let's
12.
go, baby.
This is all getting cut out, so I just want to tell you, Aaron.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ. I think you ought to just put the bleep in there. Just like, get me. That'd be
All right,
funny.
pack us.
I'll think about it.
All right, let's start here. So we've been confirmed to have a 3-4 defense, and then plus we'll have, of course, we'll go into different packages. The way it's looking this is what the defensive setup is going to look like, and this could all change because Shaq Thompson may not be on the team any longer, and Jeremy Chin may move to a linebacker position, which I'm not against. In all honesty, I think they did my man Gross Matos dirty because they should have just put him over the free agent.
Not
option.
dirty. Homie, no, like legit. I'm going to look this up while you keep talking, but I'm pretty sure, didn't Amari Barno have the same amount of sacks as him? And he only had like 99% of our snaps.
Oh, man.
Like, I'm sorry, but you stink. Like, he trash.
follows me on Instagram.
I don't care. Doesn't follow me. I don't care. I'm gonna say what I want to say. That man trash.
That's so messed up, man.
Not messed up. I'm speaking facts.
The
We
way,
don't want bums on our team anymore. Okay, get out.
Oh, the way you're making this hard.
I don't care.
The way this looks, I kind of like this setup. Even if this is the squad that we roll with, I'm a fan of this. I think this year, if this is this is the exact setup, and let's say we add whoever in free agency, or even we draft somebody, I think Burns and Frankie Louvu both are going to have 10+ sacks apiece. I'm not even kidding. We've seen what they did in a 4-3.
I think Frankie should be our will linebacker, not our Sam.
Yeah. Use Brandon as your will.
Yeah. Well,
or draft.
No, I'd put Barno or a draft guy.
Yeah. Or you put Sam, you use Frankie Louvu, and then you put Bobby Wagner as your will.
I mean, yeah. My only reasoning is this is because, like, Frankie, if you look at most of his sacks came off of like straight up blitzes.
Yeah,
not
blitzes.
Yeah, not like beating somebody. Now, I'm not saying he can't beat a tackle. He can. My point is like, but he was best as he wasn't really a middle linebacker, but he would be one here where you shoot through the gap. He had what 19 tackles for loss, 20 tackles for loss. He was getting close to Luke, kind of.
I think he had 20.
Like he had a bunch of that because he would sit back there, he would blast through a gap, and he'd murk a dude with a tackle for loss, or he'd a late blitz and he'd get the quarterback immediately. I think that's where you need a guy. I think that's where Frankie should be at will, where you can just send him on a blitz at any point in time and he can get it.
Yeah. I'm not against it, but I do have all my faith in my man, Ajero Overo.
True, that's true.
Y'all Panther fans enjoy him while he's here because he's not going to be here next season. And I'm about 95% sure on that.
Yeah.
Definitely if we're a top 5 defense like Denver was this year, yeah, he's gone.
Yep.
So that sucks, but at the same time, it kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
But this setup's pretty good. There's a couple other people that could be pieced in here. Jesse Bates down here.
Yeah.
Dante could be moved, maybe not traded, but moved to like a slot guy. And if they somehow bring in Jalen Ramsey, because that's been talked about now.
Matt Iodonis on that empty hole.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'll tell you what, I think Marquan McCall, it's hard to say that fast. It's going to be a beast nose tackle, and then
I'd agree.
for all the people that called my man Derek Brown a bust, you can all shove it. I tried to tell you guys for years, hold on, relax, give him a minute, and then now it's his minute, and that man ate this season.
Yep.
So all respect to my man DB. So next we'll talk about this.
Also, want to apologize to Tour. You didn't have less. You had half a sack more than Barna. Congrats, bud. Yep. You're still a bum, but
God, that's awful, man.
I don't care. He's there. I mean, dude, he's bad. Okay. I'll sit there and go. You can if you call Derek Brown a bust, homie. What is your tour to you? I want to know what your tour gross motto is. If Derek Brown's a bust, what is he?
He's probably not getting re-signed.
Yeah, he's probably getting cut immediately because he's bad.
Okay.
You know what? I hope he uses this as fuel. Hope he uses his fuel to get better.
Like
hope
every time he gets a sack, he's just like CK.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I hope he does it. Hope he does it.
It's like yes.
It's a win-win for me, bud. I either get you to play better, or I get a better player than you. So, win-win.
Awful.
Man,
Okay, let's talk this real quick.
Passionate about this.
You missed it earlier. He said, this guy's a bum. All he does is get 60 minutes of cardio. You missed it.
I mean, he does.
That's great. Let's jump to this real quick. Some more free agent news about Panthers. So apparently, because of PFF's top 50 free agent list, they have Draymond Jones and Juju Smith-Schuster landing in Carolina. Panther fans, comment down below how you feel about these two moves if they were to happen. The one I'm hearing the most, though, is Draymond Jones because he balled out last year under Avero's defense. He played great. CK, if you wouldn't mind looking up his stats real quick so you can read them off.
I can do that, yes.
All right, I'm going to make you guys really, really upset. Who the hell is Draymond Jones?
Oh, no.
Well, he's a D lineman for the Denver Broncos.
I don't think it's stat. Okay, no. I was gonna say stats aren't that. Well, they're good.
They're better than the guy you just called a bum.
You're not wrong.
So it's like
okay. So Draymond Jones had 47 total tackles, 6.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble.
I mean, I'll add 6.5 sacks to Brian's 12.5.
Yeah,
and plus Frankie's. So I mean, why not?
I'm just gonna do.
You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, that's a normal day at the office for.
So he had 6. So he had 6 more solo tackles than your tour gross mottos, and he had 4 more sacks. So.
Sounds like he's just gross.
This guy hates YGM, dude.
Nah, bro, you're a second round pick. You gotta be better.
I love you, YGM, but I think he's not wrong. Keep following me on Instagram, buddy. What about Juju, man? I'm not against it.
I'd bring him in.
Honesty,
dude, at this point, Juju's been mocked to go to like so many different teams. Like he's been linked to us. He's been linked back to Pittsburgh. He's been linked to the freaking Ravens. He's been linked to y'all. Like this kid is just gonna come out next year and just wear an NFL logo on his uniform.
I know where he's not going. And that's going to be Philadelphia.
True.
Probably not.
After the crap they had to go down on Twitter the other day,
that was hilarious.
That was amazing.
That was hilarious.
That man. Yeah. To be fair, though, I was kind of on Philadelphia's side because Juju had no right to post that. That was kind of crap. That's kind of crappy. Like, I'm all for crap talking, trash talking. Go for it. But that was, first off, that was way too early.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but it's like, and it's not like James Bradbury was in there like, nah, man, that's a BS cut. He was like, it's holding. I was hoping they'd let us play, but they didn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
When you're
So
definitely admitting
Juju,
to it, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crappy. James took it like a man. It sucks, but it is what it is. But we're not gonna act like Juju had a major part in Super Bowl either. I think the man had like one catch. So
yeah. So
Yeah,
I
very much.
don't think Juju was like a big issue.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know down in the comments what you guys think about these two and who else you want to add in free agency, not draft, not trade wise, but free agency wise. I'm gonna play this video real quick.
You know what's funny is we talked about this on the show last week because I said that he was possibly to be traded. I wrote an article for NFL.com. The team that I put out there was the Cincinnati Bengals, which I thought made a lot of sense. But what was really interesting is that on the show was D'Angelo Hall. And he said, oh, don't worry, don't forget about Carolina. And then a couple days later, he ends up in Carolina. So I don't know if he was tipping his hand or something, but keep an eye on it.
Yeah, well done, D. Hall. Just trying to make the public plea that one of the best corners in the NFL ends up on a team that you're going to be in a position, by the way, that he is now going to be coaching with the Panthers.
pretty interesting, actually.
I mean, I'm down.
I'm gonna put my entire bias right now. If we have somehow are able to pull Jalen Ramsey and we have a J.C. Horn, Jalen Ramsey cornerback duo,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm talking the most crap in everything. I'm gonna be like number one cornerback room. I don't care. I'm gonna let it. When I open my mouth, whatever comes out, comes out. I don't even care no more. That's normally how it is anyway, but it's gonna be so much worse. That's number one corner room in the league. I love Jalen Ramsey because when he talks trash, he backs it up. Sometimes,
Well,
maybe not every single time, but it's okay.
I got you.
I'm here for it. I like no, seriously though. I really like Jalen Ramsey, so I'm all for getting Jalen Ramsey.
I would definitely take him.
I think it would be good for JC not only because of having another great partner, but for experience wise and just picking at his brain because we know that Jalen Ramsey's a top 5 corner in the league. So picking at that brain it'd be like having Jair or having other guys like that, the top 5 corners in the league. Pick their brain. Young guy like that, it's awesome.
The only thing that I would say is I think it would be cool if you guys still had Gilmore because I feel like JC could definitely learn like from him a lot, and I feel like while he was in Carolina, he actually was a very good player for you guys. So that would have been great.
We traded for Gilmore just to let him walk in free agency.
Just wait till Gilmore's a cap casualty, and we re-sign him anyway.
Why not? Because he went to Indianapolis and he didn't play awful. He played pretty good.
He played pretty good. I mean, he played very well.
To be the age he is, because he's older for
33.
Yeah.
So,
33, and if they cut him, they save $9.9 million.
All right, this next slide is just for Panther fans because this is something that I want to know, and I'm sure CK does too. Everybody has their preference when it comes to QBs. In the comments, I want to know yours. And I'm not talking free agency. I'm not talking trading. I'm talking you have
the NFL draft.
You have 4 quarterbacks in the NFL draft. By the way, this is the hardest edit of Anthony Richardson in a Panthers uniform I've ever seen. That crap is fire.
That is fire.
So you're the Carolina Panthers, you're Scott. Are you trading up? And I'm not going to say to 1 because I think they're going to ask for too much. Are you going to trade up to 3 with Arizona? Are you going to trade up to 5 with Seattle? Or are you going to stay at 9? Whatever you do, all 4 QBs are on the board at whatever pick you're staying at or you're going to. Who are you choosing? And why? To me,
I have
me
a
personally,
answer.
Yeah, me too.
So you go first.
Me personally, I'm a CJ Stroud fan through and through. Always have been, probably always will be. I love CJ Stroud. I like his mobility. He's not the fastest, but that's okay. But I just think he's got really high upside. But he does not have the upside of Anthony Richardson. And this is where it's hard because it's with AR. He did only have a 45% completion rating this year. You're right. So I know what you're gonna say. He's got limited experience as a starter. He didn't look all that great. Blah blah blah. You're not wrong. I'm not gonna argue that he didn't have a great completion percentage because he didn't. But when you think about QBs that you can mold and build to your own guy the way you want him, how can you not look at Anthony Richardson and just your eyes widen? Because this guy has all the tools to, and he's not even a Panther, and I'm saying this, to really be a top 3 quarterback in this league. A top 5, top 3, because he does. Come on. Dude, you got to think of what
the tools are there. The tools. I'm not saying he will be. The tools are there.
Pause.
But you've got to have a staff that's going to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also say the same for Will Levis. I think Will Levis is probably the most pro-ready because of the style of offense he's coming from.
It's got to be the mayo and the coffee.
But it's disgusting. My top 2 guys, and honestly, I don't have a 1, 2, 3, and 4 ranking. Mine's like a 1A, 1B, and then 2 and 3. I want CJ and Anthony, literally 1A, 1B, and then Bryce Young and Will Levis. Will Levis, I don't hate Will Levis. Don't get me wrong. The mayonnaise and coffee and banana peel thing is the banana peel thing really pushed me over the edge. I can't lie. It just
protein, man. You need to look into
it. Sorry,
strange,
but it's weird. But yeah, I don't know, man. I really like Anthony Richardson.
All right. Well, I guess that's
CJ,
I guess I'll go. So mine's very complicated. So what I would say is if I didn't have to think about the coaching staff that we had and the way they want to run things, Bryce Young is my number 1, and I take him any day of the week. However, using statistics, they've never coached a quarterback under 6'4", maybe 6'3". I think it's 6'4". Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, he likes his tall guys.
It's like 6'6". So I don't see that happening unless maybe he falls, which may happen. But even then, I don't know if we'd actually pick him. So because of that, I am going to say CJ Stroud's my first, who I'd pick first. AR's definitely second. And then, as you said, Will Levis is third. I don't really care which of the 3 we get, depending on how it goes. If we trade up, it better be for CJ and not for Will Levis. If you sit at 9, I don't really whoever you pick, and I'll sit there and be like, all right, I trust you. But you better not trade up for Will Levis. I'd be okay just because I've loved Anthony Richardson the entire time. I'd be okay with trading up for Anthony Richardson, but I would not be okay with trading up for Will Levis just because I don't know. I could see him being good, but if you're going to trade up for a guy with the bigger, better traits, Anthony Richardson's that guy, in my personal opinion. So
my thing I'll give you on that about the trading up thing is the only way that I will agree with you on trading up for Anthony Richardson is if the Houston Texans take CJ Stroud at 1 and then Carolina jumps over Indy and goes to 3 and they take AR, I'm not going to be mad. But if you trade up to 3 and Bryce Young gets taken at 2 and CJ Stroud and AR are sitting on the board.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I'm not against AR, but there is no shot. There's no way in this world that you can tell me, not just after watching the Georgia game, but that's a pretty big game. I mean, let's be honest. That man put Ohio State on his back and went toe to toe with the Bulldogs. And if it wasn't for a shanked kick, that man would have won a national championship this year because they'd have run through TCU. I 100% believe that. There's no shot.
You just cut for CJ Stroud.
There's no shot, CJ Stroud. If you're watching this, I DM'd you on Instagram.
Oh my god! Wait, hold on. Wait,
not in a weird way, but for like my enemies, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna title this video "Thirst Traps and Shout Outs." Like,
yeah, exactly. What is this?
God, dude. Yeah, there's no shot in this world I'm taking AR over CJ Stroud if they're on the board.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But like like you said,
you.
if CJ's off the board and you trade up for somebody, obviously I would prefer it to be Bryce Young, but we know that's not going to happen. So then AR is the option.
Yeah.
Now, if we pick Bryce, I'm gonna be pretty happy. But you know, I just don't see it happening.
Like you said, because the only way that we pick Bryce, in my opinion, is if he falls to 9 and he's the only QB on the board.
Yep.
Because at this point, by then, Rodgers will probably be traded if it happens. Derek Carr will be with a team. Jimmy G will probably be with a team. All your big free agency QBs are going to be with a team. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to go get Jacoby Brissett? I'm not hating.
I think we will have a quarterback before we go into the draft.
We will. We'll have but are you really going to ride the veteran route again? Just because you don't like the
return of Baker Mayfield.
It'll be. I mean, I agree, but it really just depends on like. I think that would depend on what do we get as a trade offer.
Oh yeah, now if all 4 QBs are off the board and it comes to Carolina,
I'm saying even if Bryce is on the board, if we get like an insane trade deal.
Oh God, yeah, you send me 2 first. You send me 2 first, you can have it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I said.
Because you know what I'm doing? I'm trading back and drafting Bijan Robinson.
God, why? What? No.
Colin, don't even say why. Like we haven't been pushing Bijan.
You know who the best. You know who the best prospect is.
I've been pushing Bijan Robinson, but not to my team. Send somewhere else. I mean, he's definitely like a top 5, like actual talent.
I say what they do is Tennessee trades Derrick Henry and 2 firsts to Carolina for 9 and drafts Bijan Robinson.
That'd be interesting.
That's not going to solve the problems that you think it is.
Shut your mouth.
He just wants Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I just want Derrick Henry.
Right.
Man. Before we do over the cap,
we are going to go to
This is just segment. Us. Yes. Welcome to the news segment, ladies and gentlemen. Hot takes.
That sure is a hot take.
All right.
Boys. It's getting hot in here, boys. Let's take our clothes off.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, thirst. What do you say? Thirst traps and thirst traps and hot takes, maybe.
I think I should probably go first since mine are probably going to be the most tame.
Yeah, let's say it.
So first off, my hot take: everybody's predicting the Bears are going to be able to trade back, and then they're going to get a bunch of picks, do whatever crap they're going to do. Who cares, right? I do not think the Bears are going to be able to trade up. No, trade back. Sorry, or trade up. Really, either way it works out. But the reason isn't because they're not going to try to. They're going to ask for way too much, and they're going to theoretically get stuck with the first overall pick. But you're not really stuck. You're going to get the best player in the draft, whether that be Will or Jalen Carter. But clearly they want to move back. You wouldn't be hyping up a QB where you're going to be like, oh, I might trade Justin Fields if you weren't trying to trade back, because you're trying to get your pick more and more value because you're like, oh, maybe I might pick a quarterback. You're capping. We all know it. So I don't think they're going to be able to trade back. I think the Jets are going to win the AFC East with Derek Carr, and they're going to make a decent run. I think they'll get a playoff win, if not 2, the next season.
Ooh, I like that one. That was
then
hot.
This one, oh man, I don't know. Okay,
that doesn't even sound good. Oh boy.
I think the winner of the NFC North, right? I think it's going to be Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions.
No way.
Run, baby.
No.
Make it to the
absolutely
playoffs.
not.
Just you wait. Just
Okay.
you wait.
Can
They
I
had
go
a
now?
Mickey Mouse year.
Just
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, you
Just
can.
wait.
Well, okay.
Just you wait.
Hold on,
we're
Cody.
gonna come
Hold
back.
on, Cody. We'll come back to that. We'll go ahead and circle back because one of my hot takes is the Lions will win the North.
That's hilarious.
Look, it's not even because I'm hating on Green Bay or Minnesota. I don't think the Lions had a Mickey Mouse year. And you're saying that maybe because you're just a Green Bay fan, but I really think they was nice.
They were nice.
I
were nice.
like Dan. Hey, they got grit, bro. They got grit. And and something came out. My man Jamal Williams. I know y'all read it. Jamal Williams got kicked out of BYU for
dog
doing the nasty. Dog.
He a dog.
That's all I'm saying. Dog.
Dog. Dog.
NFC North champs just because of that.
Dog.
What?
The funny part is
first
when
of all, if
CK
you're gonna
said
crown
that,
them
I
the
tried
NFC
so
North-
hard not to cry.
If you're
I was
going
like,
to crown them the
no.
NFC North champs just because of that, you should give it to us because we drafted him.
Drafted who?
Yeah,
Jamal
you drafted
Williams.
him. But
Oh,
then
you
let
did
him
draft Jamal
go.
Williams. Did draft him by millions, yes.
I
just think they were like, I mean, they went 9-8 this season, and Aiden Hutchinson's only going to get better. Jared Goff, who knows what's going to happen there? But I'll be like, they didn't lose their OC, they didn't lose their DC, and they're only going to add more talent to their team. Like I think they're winning the NFC North.
Let's just relax, all right?
I see them drafting a corner,
I can see that,
like a Devin Witherspoon or something.
Yeah, that's gonna be nasty.
So, but yeah, hey, we said hot takes. Don't get mad.
I'm not getting mad. I just
Okay,
I mean,
I very much do not agree with it. I don't agree with it.
That's okay. I didn't agree with your hot take earlier this week, so that's okay.
I mean, that's why I swept you. So
I didn't say I'm not even in that. They didn't sweep them this year. They 1-1.
No, what are you talking about?
Y'all 1-1 this year, didn't you?
No.
No, we didn't.
Lions beat the Packers 15-9.
They did sweep us.
And then the Packers got beat 20-16.
Question: when was the last time y'all been swept by them, or have you ever?
It's probably been a minute.
I'm sure it's been like.
Last time we were
dude's like, when was the Lions invented? Oh crap!
God, I think the last time we were swept by the Lions was like, oh man, 2010. No, because we went 15-1 that season.
Hold on, I'm looking this up.
2008.
The Lions become the first.
Was Rodgers even starting?
Oh, it was in 2018.
2018.
The Lions became the first NFC North team to. Oh wait, no, it's not them. Wait. Let me read this. The Lions became the first NFC North team to sweep the Packers since they did so in 2018.
Oh.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. So that means they did it in 2018. Okay.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Okay. I was be honest with you. I was thinking like, one of Favre's last years or something. Rodgers' first year. I don't know.
No,
crazy like
I'll
that.
be honest with you. I really didn't remember them doing it in 2018.
Man, they went.
Just because we made the playoffs.
Patricia.
Yeah.
I
still think in 2018, the Lions, I still think they went like 4-12 or something. So
yeah,
if you're a Detroit fan and you're happy about your performance this year, yes, you guys did knock us out of the playoffs, but remember your place because it's usually about
homie, you got 31-0'd by a 6-10 team. Oh my god!
What are you talking about?
In 2018,
this is 2023. What are you talking about right now, dude?
Y'all laid a goose egg to the
homie,
Lions.
you guys laid a goose egg against Matt Patricia and the 6-10 Lions.
Dude, who was our?
Hey man, we're Panther fans, dude.
We have a confirmed hit. Target was destroyed.
Well, I don't know. Right.
Hey, whoa.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know the last time we've laid a goose egg, honestly. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, last team that we only didn't allow them to score any points was the Lions back a couple years ago. I think we beat them like 20-0 with PJ Walker. So
let's go, baby.
Bad.
My goat.
Nah, I really like Dan Campbell too, man. I'd love to see Dan Campbell succeed.
I do like Dan Campbell a lot. and actually Lions fans, as far as the NFC North goes, are probably the most acceptable fan base.
Yeah,
because
probably.
Vikings
Bears
fans
fans are
are
obnoxious.
Bears fans are obnoxious and Vikings fans are arrogant for no reason. You guys
Fair
flame
enough.
out every single year in the playoffs and still have an empty trophy case. So
Ooh.
congrats on wasting Justin Jefferson.
think-
Anyways,
I think my rebuttal to that's going to be, aren't Packer fans a little arrogant too?
yeah, because we have the most wins in the NFL. Sorry, bud. Anyways,
I mean, you're
CK,
like the first team invented.
no, we weren't. It was
Or like one of the first teams.
okay.
Yeah, the Cardinals are freaking doo-doo, okay? I don't even want to talk about the Cardinals.
Of course you don't.
Cardinals are trash. How you going to be the first team ever and still not have a Super Bowl?
They do.
All right.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They've won a Super Bowl.
They do not have a Super Bowl. No, they do not.
What are you
Yeah,
talking about right now?
I don't think they do.
Cardinals do not have a Super Bowl win.
Hang on.
They
Hang
lost to
on.
the
I'm
Steelers.
looking. I can. Yeah, they lost
They
to the
lost to the
Steelers.
Steelers. Larry Fitzgerald does not have a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, they have 0. They literally only have 1 appearance in their entire
Dang, they really
entire
don't.
thing.
Dang. Yeah, Cardinals fans, you guys are trash. Anyways,
Insert Fortnite L dance.
Yeah.
3 more
Okay.
real quick. This is the
3?
one thing I was talking about earlier.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
sorry, I added a 4th one in just for fun.
Okay.
Trey Lance will be a bust.
We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say
A
it.
lot of QBs fit into that Shanahan offense and the 49ers. I don't see anything attractive about Trey Lance's play on the field.
no.
I don't. And San Fran fans are going to tear me apart. That's fine. You got my coach fired, who I wanted fired, and he stole my favorite player on the team at the time. So you know what? You guys can shove it. But yeah, I hope Trey Lance busts out, and I hope Brock Purdy wins it out because why not? That'd be funny. My next hot take: Eric Bieniemy fails awful in Washington and does not do good.
I could see that. The trend of offensive coordinators or getting head coaching jobs has not been great. Not a great track record per Nathaniel Hackett to the Broncos. So
Here's
it just
my
hasn't
thing
been great.
about yeah, I agree. Here's my thing about Eric. If Ron Rivera brought him in for this season, if they come out and they go 2-6, 3-7, Ron Rivera gets fired, right? Okay, let's say Eric takes over, or he does.
Yeah, he probably would be the interim.
Okay, Eric takes over, and they maybe win 2 more games. There's no shot you're hiring him, right? So he would lose his job, and then he goes somewhere else. It's probably an OC or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's hard because you're gonna have to succeed this season,
You have to
or
see
you're not gonna have
immediately.
a job. Yeah, you're gonna have. Yeah, so I hope you're producing. I hope you're working with Sam Howell now, because you're gonna need it. Next, this one's probably the hottest take of all. I think T-Law wins MVP this season.
Fair. Yeah, he has some stiff competition in one Mr. Patrick Mahomes.
He does.
But,
He does.
I mean,
No,
you
he
know,
does. He's got Mahomes. He's got Hurts. He's got Burrow. He's got Allen. He does.
Yeah.
But why can't he?
I mean, definitely can.
Show me what T-Law has done.
Because he's
This,
got 5 other quarterbacks that are way better than him.
It's fair.
Are they? I mean, would you say
mean,
way better?
Yes, they
I
really
mean,
are.
I would
Yeah,
say probably
they are.
I'd say 2 or 3. Just be real.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm taking Allen, Burrow, and Mahomes over him. I think you could.
You're not taking Hurts over him?
Shoot.
I think you can argue.
Screw
Hurts.
Josh
Yeah,
Allen. I'm taking Hurts. Swap Hurts and Allen. I'd agree with you.
Nah, Hurts is way better than
Allen's so hard, dude.
I'm
because,
swapping Hurts and Allen.
God, Allen's.
I
so
would take.
hard.
I'm taking Trevor Lawrence 10 times out of 10 over Allen.
Pause.
Yeah,
10
pause.
times out of 10 over Allen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said,
Okay.
it's hard with Josh Allen because it's like
Trevor Lawrence made what's his face look good. Oh, what was his name? Christian Kirk.
Christian
go.
Kirksey.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man.
That's a
Hey,
linebacker.
all I'm saying is we're hurting on. I don't care. All I'm saying is can't hate on him when everybody says Jay Herbert's a top 5 QB and he came back and beat them. So that's got to mean something.
Yeah, it means their coach sucks.
I don't care. Shut up. Cody, what's your hot takes, man? I said
wait, you said you had another one.
That was it. That was my 4.
Yeah, that was his 4th one.
I don't remember, but you said you had a hot take that I've heard you say before.
The Trey Lance bus one.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we both heard that one.
Okay, I did not know that.
So I've got one that actually ties into to Colin's original hot take, and I think that Aaron, you'll actually really like it. So it's my 3rd one here. Derek Carr takes the Jets to the playoffs in his very first year starting.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. Well, I just look, dude. I see what Derek Carr did with the Raiders, both in Oakland and Las Vegas, and it's very promising if he has a good offensive coordinator and he has a solid scheme. That being said, Nathaniel Hackett is now the offensive coordinator. Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr play a very similar style of football. And I think that that's going to really I think that's really going to, like, I was going to say transpire, but that's not the right word. But I think that's really going to, like, I think it's going to give Derek Carr a very solid base to start over with. I think, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, those guys being pass catchers in New York for him. And then that defense that they're building over there is going to be really good for him. And so I think that Derek Carr would go to the Jets and absolutely succeed.
I don't know.
My
about
next
first
one,
ballot Hall of Famer, but yeah.
I don't know about first ballot Hall of Famer. No,
yeah, that was
but succeeding in like the back half of his career. Absolutely.
I think Denzel Mims would be pretty good too, but he has to play if he's not, whatever. But yeah.
My next one, and you guys are probably, I don't think that you guys will disagree, but I know that our viewers probably will. Bengals fans, I would like to apologize.
Oh no!
In advance, Joe Burrow will not win a Super Bowl in Cincinnati.
Ooh,
yeah, and I say this for several reasons.
I mean, where are the lies at? Nowhere.
They're not.
No lies.
And listen, it's a hot take, but it's not a hot take. It's something that I've talked about for a long time. And Aaron, you know that I've had this take for a while. Joe Burrow is so good that the supporting cast around him has to be mediocre. And what I mean by this is that this guy is going to eventually want the same amount of money that Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson and all these other quarterbacks are getting, that the Bengals, with as cheap as their owner is and has been in his track record, is not going to be willing to give it to him. So Joe Burrow is probably going to go to another team and they will probably win a Super Bowl there, because one of two things is going to happen. Either Burrow takes the high road and he doesn't get paid, but Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, those guys want to get paid and they leave, or he leaves. That team that they have right now that's promising and made it to the Super Bowl is not going to be together very much longer. And I can tell you it'll probably come to a close in about a year or two. They will not be together, and Joe Burrow will not win a Super Bowl in Cincinnati. It's not going to happen. Now,
hot takes, baby.
This is probably my hottest take, and you guys probably are not going to like it because I have not revealed this to you yet. But the man behind the man behind me, Christian Watson, becomes the best wideout in the NFC North in year 2.
I don't think you we can really hate on that, because it's not like Christian Watson is like some wide receiver 3.
It's not like he's a rookie that's just coming out of nowhere, and you're saying that.
Yeah, but at the same time,
that's fair. It
all depends.
I thought I was going to get a little bit more backlash. I thought I was going to get a little bit more backlash, to be honest. But how I see it, right? You go back and you look at the tape on what Jordan Love and Christian Watson were able to do in the Eagles game, right? They already looked like they had that chemistry built up. They already looked like, they had already been working in the offseason, which they had since Jordan Love was running with the ones anyways, because Aaron Rodgers doesn't go to OTAs. We know this. Adversely, if Rodgers is back, which nor do I think that anybody on this show thinks he will be, if Rodgers is back for his last season, Rodgers is no longer going to have a broken thumb, which means he's going to be a lot more accurate. Aaron Rodgers again. He will also have a second year underneath his belt with Christian Watson. And if you really think about it, it only took about a year or two for him and Davante Adams to get on the same page. Shortly after they were on the same page, and I mean like really on the same page, like Davante was no longer running just the traditional routes of what plays we're going to have, and he was telling Aaron what he was going to run. That's when Davante started having 12-plus touchdown years with like 1,000 reception, or 1,000 receiving yard seasons. And I fully believe that Christian Watson could accomplish that as far as early as year 2. Because you look at it, Christian Watson realistically last year only played in 7 games. He came in week 10. Realistically, he has stats for the beginning of the year, but he was still nursing a knee injury because he had gotten surgery in the off season because it was something from college that was still aggravating him. So he got the surgery, and that's why he sat for half the season. But then he came in and he finished the season with 9 touchdowns, over 500 yards in 7 games.
Yep.
I mean, you can't look at this kid's production in just 7 games as a starter, 3 against the Cowboys when it was pretty much his first game back. He had 3 touchdowns against the Cowboys, who were a top 10 defense last year. You can't look at that and call that a fluke. This kid's going to be the best receiver in the NFC North. He'll be a top 5 in the NFL by the end of the next year.
That one's a little bit hotter than your NFC North take.
Yeah, but
this is, and I've slowly begin to hate. I'm not gonna say hate. That's a strong word. Dislike Rodgers more and more because of kind of what you just said. Because it's like, one thing is, I think it's very much BS that you're going to go out on the field and pitch a fit and throw your hands in the air and cuss out Christian Watson because he's running a bad route or whatever, when you don't show up to OTAs and you don't get reps with this guy to get chemistry built. That's not on to him. He was at OTAs. He was at all that summer workouts and stuff. You are a prick and you wasn't. That's your fault. You don't get to complain to the receivers. That's on the QB. That's all on Rodgers. That's why when Jordan Love come in and he looked good with Christian Watson, it's because Jordan Love took his butt, even though he's been sitting for 3 years, took his butt to OTAs and all summer workouts and spring ball and worked with C. Watson and worked with all them other guys, and they have a little bit of chemistry. Another thing is, I guess you can call it a hot take, whatever you want to call it. If Aaron Rodgers comes back and the Packers somehow sign him and he plays next year, I would be surprised if Jordan Love is a Packer.
I'll be honest with you.
At what point are you like, I've tried to tell you guys, I'm tired of sitting. I get he's Aaron Rodgers, but you got to put your foot down with this guy because he does this every year. As you know, he puts the organization in a chokehold. Are you coming back or not? I don't know. I'm going to go hide in a dirt hole and stick my head in the earth, and I'll tell you later. Stop playing games with people. Take some time off. Come back. Tell the organization what you want to do.
Yeah.
But at this point, go away. Because you're hurting the franchise and you're hurting the Packer fan base. You're diminishing because of your 4 MVPs, you're diminishing everything that Packer fans love about you because you're like, dude, stop what you're doing. Please, God, stop. Because we want to see J Love, but we can't because you have us in a chokehold.
Yeah. Well,
And your front office doesn't have a pair to actually decide to move on for somebody. So, not all
so
on Rodgers.
it didn't used to be like that when we had Mark Murphy, or not Mark Murphy. Sorry, when we had when we had when Favre was in and doing similar things with the Packers front office at the time when we were going to move on to Rodgers. I think that was the time that our front office was like, no, we have our guy. And what we're going to do now is we're going to sit down with you and discuss where you want to go. And that's when, they traded him to the Jets. And, the rest is history. With Rodgers, I think what they're really going to try and do, and I actually saw a report about this, is that they are going to sit down probably this upcoming week and tell Rodgers, you're either all in or you're out.
Right.
And I saw the report, and it said the Packers allegedly, I'm not going to say for sure, but allegedly are looking to tell Rodgers, you are going to come to OTAs. You are going to get on the same page as these receivers. And you're pretty much not going to get catered to, because we have either been in the playoffs and been so close to getting another championship, or we just fizzle out, and then you want to throw your hands up and make it about the receivers, and it's not their fault. You're trying to bring back signals and plays from 30 years ago, and these dudes were in elementary school. Stop it. I'm an Aaron Rodgers. I have Aaron Rodgers' picture hanging up on my wall right now over here. Obviously, you guys can't see it. It's in my studio, but I have it over there on my wall. And I love Aaron Rodgers. I do. You can ask Aaron. He's known me for forever. But I mean, I used to talk about Aaron Rodgers extensively when we were in school together. And I'm to the point now where I'm like, the more I see Jordan Love, the more I'm like, get this freaking kid on the field. Because the difference between Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers is Jordan Love runs the Packers offense. Aaron Rodgers takes what Matt LaFleur says is the offense, and he modifies it and makes it Aaron Rodgers' offense. You can't do that, man. That's not going to win Super Bowls. That's not what you did to win a Super Bowl. You ran McCarthy's offense to the T, where you were throwing to Greg Jennings or Jordy Nelson, and then every once in a while you would run the ball with Ryan Grant. And that was the offense. And that's what led us to a Super Bowl. But you're not doing that anymore. You want to do what you want to do, and that's not how a team sport works. So coming from a Packer fan, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Jordan Love, QB1, baby. Let's go. So anyways, that was it for our episode of Hot Takes. This will probably be its own episode. So if you did like it, please feel free to subscribe. Obviously, listen to the entire episode. And comment down below if you guys have any more hot takes.
Leave some hot takes in the comments.
Leave your own hot takes, man. And we I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll take the 3 hottest takes. If we get 3, we'll take the 3 hottest and we'll post them in next week's episode of Hot Takes.
We will bring them in, man. We'll talk about it and have a discussion. Man, come hate on the Packers. Come hate on the Panthers. We'd love to see it. Let's talk.
Panthers more, though, probably.
Shut up, man.
Saints fans welcome. So anyways, let's move into our little...
Rude.
Let's move into...
We got to do over the cap, man.
You got to do over the cap.
Oh, that's right. We
didn't have to do over the cap. I'm not going to lie. This episode might be like 2 hours long, but that's okay.
It's going to be all right.
The viewers love it.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to add you up on the stream. You ready for this? I'm going to share your screen.
I am prepared.
All right.
Saw earlier today. I don't think we talked about it, but we restructured Austin Corbett. So now his number is going to be around $5 million. And in 2024, it is around 10. Now, if you don't know what a restructure does, just to simply explain it, you take money from this season. So his cap number was probably around like 7, 8, something mil like that. You take that money And instead of paying it this year, you pay it next year by basically turning it into like a signing bonus. So you don't get rid of it. You just move it. Now, the reason this is risky with Austin Corbett is because he just tore his ACL. So if he doesn't come back at full capacity, if you cut him, as you can see, now it's negative $1 million to your cap plus $11 million in dead cap, which, it's basically the same thing. But that's the risky bit about doing it with people who just got hurt. Now, players that should be considered, DJ Moore. He's 26. He's coming off a very good season. It makes all the sense in the world to restructure him. And so you're going to go from -2 to $10 million. So you save 12.7. Another guy, Taylor Moton. Again, as long as he's in your future plans, I would do it. So again, restructure, bang, save $11 million. Now you have to 21. But realize it's taken down this year. It's taken down that year. So, okay, you have a $208 million. Boom, restructure, goes down to 203. Now you come to the big one, Shaq Thompson. If you cut him, it's 13 mil in cap savings. So if you cut him, 34, whatever. What I personally think we're going to do is we are going to probably extend him and take this number right here, $24 million, and we're going to extend it into probably 2024, 2025, and basically just kick the can down the road. So I'm not going to do that here because that's a lot of work that's not really worth it because we're not going to get the numbers right anyway. Brian Burns, another example, $16 million cap number, right? Everybody's going to go, oh, that's a fifth-year option. It's fully guaranteed. Can't do anything about it. That's incorrect. If you extend him, which we're going to do, you can take this number and make it lower. So, could end up being around 10 mil instead of 16. Could be 8 instead of 16, something like that. And you basically just spread it out among these numbers. Dante Jackson, I personally don't think you should do anything with him. Again, he's coming off an injury. You have a new coaching staff. Who knows what they're going to like about him? Pat Elflein definitely is getting cut. See you later, bud. Ian Thomas,
with that.
Yep.
Sorry. If you cut Pat Elflein,
yep,
you will actually save $4.26 million. Did that show?
Yep.
Did that pop up when you did that?
Yeah, right here.
Oh,
so that's how much
sorry.
you save right there.
I wrote that down. I was going to talk about it in Panthers Corner, but I forgot.
Yeah. So if you cut him, you go from you basically say 4 mil. Ian Thomas, I don't really see him getting cut, but you technically could, and you'd say around 2. Yeah, not very good. He's pretty bad. I don't think you're doing anything with
it. You can hate on Geeter. I can hate on Ian Thomas.
Yeah, he's pretty trash, yes. I don't think you'll do anything with Xavier. I don't think, it's not really worth $1.6 million. Frankie, you're leaving him alone unless you're going to extend him. But, again, that really won't affect this year. Damian Wilson, you're getting cut. See you later, bud. Now, you might be wondering, why is Matt Ioannidis? I don't know how to say his last name. Sorry.
I thought it was Ioannidis.
It is Ioannidis. There you go. Matt Ioannidis.
I actually did too.
Yeah, it's Matt Ioannidis. Sorry, messed that up. Okay. But as you can see, well, how does this work? His base salary is $0. His non-prorated bonus is $0. His guaranteed salary is $0. And he's listed as a free agent.
He wanted to play for free.
This is because he effectively signed a 1-year deal with 2 or 3 voided years on it. So the number that he was against our cap in 2022 was basically nothing because we spread him out. But he's going to count against the cap $3.8 million, even if he's not on the team, right? So basically you're paying him 3.8 to do nothing if you don't bring him back. But if you do bring him back, you obviously can move that number around, do what you got to do. Marquise Haynes, does he fit our system? Maybe not. In this case scenario, we're going to say, see you later. Johnny Hecker, my goat. Okay, not going to touch him. CJ Henderson, as much as people are like, cut him, it does you no good to cut him or keep him. So you might as well just keep him because no reason to pay somebody $3.4 million to do nothing. Yator, let's see, is there anybody else down here? Nobody else is down here is really going to get cut. Doesn't really do much. But as you can see, you have around $34 million in cap right now for this season. And obviously, if you re-sign Burns, re-sign Shaq, and make some other little tiny moves, I think we'll have around maybe $45 million in cap going into the offseason.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Not including a Bradley Bozeman extension. So, yeah.
So only if let's say we go on with this much and we only extend Bradley, that would affect this year only, right? So extending Burns wouldn't actually affect the 40-some this year, right?
So extending Burns would not affect this year unless you like
year.
it only affects next season. But what you could do again is you can lower this number. The 16 mil, we could lower it because you can spread it out across however long his deal is.
Yeah.
So say it's 4 years or whatever, you can take like 6 mil of that and just spread it out among that. And Bradley Bozeman will count against this season, whatever we end up doing.
Okay. I'm sure he will be brought to extension. There's no reason he shouldn't.
By the way, if you want to bring in Jalen Ramsey, by the way, $20 million. By the way, you can afford that if you do this. So
true. The way they're talking though is Ramsey wants a new deal if he gets traded.
I mean, I don't know about that one.
That's what that's what they're saying. It's being reported about it that apparently he wants a new. Let me see if I can find something.
I need you to find that. But as you can see, we also don't have that many big free agents this year, except for Bradley Bozeman. So there's no like big guys taken away from that. And I would say even though there's $130 million here in 2024, I would heavily take a guess and say it'll probably be around, 60 or 70 if you're lucky, going into 2024. So, I mean, still a good amount of cap, but not $130 million. So that's pretty much all I got. Yep. So
LA Rams 3 times All-Pro corner. Jalen Ramsey wants a new contract if traded.
Yeah.
Per Pro Football Talk.
Oh, that's so unbelievably.
So he wants a new contract if traded. But the way it's looking now is the Rams have had trade talks about 6 times, about Jalen Ramsey. Sources now believe it's very likely Ramsey's deal in coming weeks. Ramsey's 28. He's due $17 million in 2023 on a front-loaded deal that averages $20 million in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So
pretty great. And the reason I'm saying in 2024 that it'll probably be around 60 or 70 if you're lucky is because you're going to have Brian Burns' contract. You're going to have Jeremy Chinn's contract. You're going to have Derek Brown's 5th-year option. You're going to have Frankie Louvu you're going to have to extend probably. Is there anybody else down here that I'm forgetting? I do not think so. And then obviously, like, if you extend Shaq or something, you have him. So that's why I think it's going to be around 50,
now, what about how they've talked about it before? If they cut Shaq and then bring him back on a new deal, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Because they did that with not Hargrave.
Fletcher Cox
in Philly. So Carolina could technically do that and still probably save a couple million.
Yeah, you could cut him for like $13 million and hope you can bring him back on like an extremely, extremely cheap deal because of the fact you're already paying him the $11 million. But, it really just depends on what he would want to do.
This is what people say, and a lot of people bring this up, and it's like, well, why won't he just take a pay cut? And then he brought up, he's like, would you take a pay cut at your job? What? Well, I don't make $30 million. Okay, you're right. But let's say, listen to me. Let's say at your job you make $75,000 a year. And then they want you to keep doing the work you're doing, and now instead you're going to make $45,000 a year. Are you staying at that job?
My only argument to that, while I understand what he's saying, the average Joe is not trying to win a freaking Super Bowl. So the more money that your team has to play with, even if that means that for like 2 or 3 years you're not making $30 million, If you win a freaking Lombardi because you're able to bring in somebody who's really going to be a game changer for your organization, that's something that you need to think about.
I mean, I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm just saying is how you look at it is the same. It's kind of sort of the same way of how you look at it.
Yeah, and like I said, I understand where you're coming from, and I understand where the hypothetical comes from. But you got to think about this, man. If you want to win a championship, because Brady did it for years, he took pay cut. So did Drew Brees. They took pay cuts for years. It paid out. It paid off for Tom Brady, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. If you really want to win a championship, you need to buy into what you're building there, and maybe the money is not really like, maybe the money is, as far as football goes, maybe the money is not where you could be the most concerned. Because if you think about it, these athletes have sponsorships, they've got endorsements. I mean, you're going to be making money outside of football anyways. I know for a fact that Aaron Rodgers makes more endorsement money than he does in his entire NFL contract. So, I mean, is the NFL money really worth it as far as, okay, I could be getting paid $130 million, or I could be competing for a freaking Lombardi every year?
Right.
It's not worth it to me. To me, rings are more worth it, man.
Right.
I mean,
I mean, I'm with you. I agree with you. I'm not saying that the hypothetical I'm saying is right, but
I mean, get your bag, but
yeah, no, he already has.
Too.
You already have got your bag. Now
Yeah,
it's time to chill out now. But it's
I
like
also
the same
want
thing you brought up about Cincinnati.
Yep.
Burrow's going to go get his bag, and he can get his bag. I'm not going to hate on a man go get his bag. But if you end up losing T. Higgins, you end up losing Jamar Chase. Jesse Bates is leaving. You're going to start doing. You're going to be like, why am I only winning 8 games a year, 7 games a year, 9 games a year? Or why am I a first round exit in the playoffs? It's like,
I'm glad you said that, because for all of the Bengals fans that have continued watching this and did not cut the video off after I made that hot take, Aaron just told you why I made that hot take. Because people are leaving.
Yeah.
And that's for any team. That's not just Cincinnati. The Browns, if anybody thinks the Browns are going to be good, you're crazy. 250 guaranteed? It's crazy.
I think Joe Burrow's going to get that Patty Mahomes type contract.
Probably. And honestly, that contract isn't awful, because at least it's like a 10-year thing. It's not like a 6-year, $500 million. Could you imagine a 5-year, $500? You get paid $100 million.
Yeah, it'd be pretty crazy. I also want to crap on Yetur Gross-Matos one more time. So Yetur Gross-Matos played 73.2% of our defensive snaps and had 2.5 sacks. Marquise Haynes played 40.7% of our sacks of our defensive snaps, had 5 sacks. He doubled his sacks in almost half of the defensive snaps. So, yep.
What do you have against this man?
He's a second-round pick, and he sucks.
You have brought him up this, oh my God, dude.
Dude,
it's
terrible. It's terrible.
What year did you guys draft him?
The same year we drafted Derek Brown.
2020.
He's been here for 3 seasons.
2020.
3 seasons, and he hasn't improved. He hasn't improved.
Oh my God. Dude, it took Devontae Adams 3 years to actually break out in his own elite
Okay,
talent.
did Devontae Adams? How much did Devontae Adams play his first couple years?
He played. He played.
He was a wide receiver 3, though. He wasn't a wide receiver.
Yeah, but he was still on the field.
Yeah, but he didn't have the pressure. He had no pressure on him at all. Yetur's had the pressure and he hadn't done anything.
Maybe the pressure's too big for him, dog.
Exactly. That's my point.
All right, boys. Let's mock.
That's why he sucks.
Jesus Christ. Stop talking about this, man. You're God.
Just wait till next week.
Jesus, man. All right, guys.
Colin secretly runs his fan club.
All right, so we're going to do no trades. No trades this week.
No trades.
No trades. We'll do a trades in 2 weeks, but I'm going to do a new mock draft simulator with Pro Football Network.
Boo.
So, yeah, but it's all right. Why not switch it up, have a little fun, do something different?
PFF
yeah.
is pissed right now.
Probably.
PFF pissed.
Um,
PFF pissed.
well, hey, all I'm saying is if PFF wants to,
Man, we definitely drafted a kicker in the first.
You imagine sponsored Pack the
I'm gonna
Bank
say
sponsored by PFF.
If PFF wants to sponsor Pack the Bank, all I'm saying is I will use PFF every single week, every single episode. So
Powered by PFF.
powered by PFF. All right, boys. Here's what we're looking at. You ready?
Send
Let's
us
do
to
it.
the combine.
All right. Yeah.
Let's go,
All
Poggers.
right. We'll talk about the offensive tackles we really don't know anything about.
Pog.
That was a shot.
Chicago Bears. I'm guessing Jalen
Quarter.
Carter.
Quarter.
Why are you saying his name like that?
Because I felt like it.
I do like that. That's kind of cool. Okay, how do I get that off?
Yeah.
Close.
So they got the little thing here. I'm scared to hit hide. Oh,
It was hide.
oh, nice dub.
I'm scared to use technology.
that was rough.
Oh,
Bad look
boys.
right there. Bad look. Bad look.
Houston Texans.
For some reason, I just feel like Will Levis is going to the Texans because it seems like a very Texans pick. I understand that we keep like bringing Will Levis to the Colts, but Will Levis seems like such a Texans pick.
Will Levis is a Texans pick. He's a Colts pick. He's a Panthers pick. He's a freaking everybody pick.
Will Levis,
everybody
is not a Panthers pick in my opinion.
I mean,
I want to go. I want to do something different, man. Let's do.
I think
Houston
he's CJ.
Take CJ.
I think it's CJ. Yeah, CJ.
Because of the size.
Yeah.
Well, I already know where this is going to go then.
Yeah, Arizona's going to take Will Anderson with zero hesitation. I don't care what Jeremiah says and them taking. Where's she at? Tyree Wilson over here. I'm not saying Tyree Wilson's bad, but there's no shot you take anybody over Will Anderson at this pick.
No.
So then Bryce Young is going to go to the Colts.
Well, him or Will or
do we
Anthony
think that Will Levis is going to
I was kind of looking here.
I mean, yeah, we've heard rumors about Anthony Richardson. The owner said something about Bryce
There's
Young.
There's rumors about AR going 1 or 2.
Yeah, to the Colts. Yeah, 1 to the Colts.
So let's go AR. I want to switch it up a little bit.
I'm so interested to see what these dudes are going to do at like the combine.
Well, some of them are going to perform. Some of them's not. Some of them's going to run the 40. Some of them's not. Let's go AR.
I just want to see him throw. Like I feel like that's what you really like base your stuff off of. I want to see that deep ball, man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Seattle, you're going to take an edge here.
Miles Murphy.
Do you
actually,
Murphy or Tyree Wilson?
I would go Tyree Wilson. I think Tyree Wilson's more polished at the moment.
Right here, I'm going corner.
Oh, very interesting.
Christian Gonzalez? Question mark?
Christian Gonzalez, yes, is what I was thinking. But I think you could also make an argument for Devin Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like Christian Gonzalez is probably.
How tall is Jared Goff? I need to know that. I need to know how tall Jared Goff is. I need to know how tall. Okay. Is he? Let me see.
Yeah. I'm almost.
Okay, yeah. He's 6'4". Yeah. Never mind.
6'4".
Yep. I was gonna say something.
Let's go Christian Gonzalez. Y'all good with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
But I would say I agree. But I'll also say for Panthers fans, that is a spot where a quarterback could go.
Yep. If no trades happen,
no, I don't see the Lions taking a quarterback in this draft.
Why do you not see that? Why do you not see them taking a quarterback?
Because of the way that Jared Goff played last year. I think that.
But they didn't even make the playoffs with him.
It doesn't matter.
Or win a game.
Jared Goff at one point in the season was.
I'm
not saying that he was. But he was looking like he was going to be up for MVP. So,
hot take.
No, not by me. I'm just saying a lot of people were trying to put him in that conversation, and I quickly shut that down. I was like, no, he's not an MVP. I don't think he's an MVP candidate.
As from where QBs could go with no trades is going to be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You could make an argument for 5, but they're going to have Geno swapped out.
I just made one for 6.
Unless.
See, but what you just said, everything you said about Jared Goff proves it.
unless Seattle takes AR for the building block behind Geno for a year or two, which would be crazy.
I absolutely don't see the Lions. I don't see the Seahawks, the Lions, the Falcons. Yeah, I don't see any of them taking.
So this should have been your hot take. This should have been your hot take.
Yeah.
Because every reason that you've listed why you don't like Jared Goff is the exact reason they would pick a quarterback.
The Falcons? Why not the Falcons? Who do they have? Desmond Ritter? Okay. And they're above the team that needs the quarterback the worst in the division. Why not take the guy? If Bryce Young is left on the board, why not take the Falcons?
The Falcons have been linked to like so many veteran quarterbacks right now that okay. Nice.
I mean,
oh god! But why not screw over the Panthers when you have the chance? You know,
especially if Bryce were to fall.
I don't think that the front office of the Falcons thinks that the way that you like the Panther fans.
I mean, we did it.
That they do.
The Panthers did it.
I mean, the Panthers did it.
Saints.
Panthers did it twice in the same draft.
Yep.
That's y'all, man. I don't think it's like a revenge game.
Yup.
They're not.
W.
Got the dog in us.
Got the dog. And we swept them this year.
Raiders. Swept. Oh, Saints. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Come
Playing the
on,
Falcons.
dog.
I was like, we almost with the Falcons, but you know.
Well, we would have swept, but
since Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback of the Raiders, obviously they're not going to take.
Okay, let's do that.
wide
I do
receiver
like
in the
that.
first round.
I do like that. So no, the team that has Aaron Rodgers never draft wide receivers in the first round. So let's look for
Paris Johnson.
Inevitably, the Packers will be taking a first-round wide receiver this year because they like Jordan Love better.
Cap. They're taking this guy right here.
Fact.
Dude, you imagine a backfield with A.J. Dillon, Bijan Robinson, and Aaron Jones? My
One of them's
God.
getting traded. I'm going to tell you now.
It'll probably be A.J. Dillon.
True. Well, your top offensive tackles, Broderick, right?
Yeah, mine's Broderick, but I mean, you could make the argument for Paris Johnson. I think they're, but it's
50-50 offensive tackle.
Yeah,
whoever it may
put
be.
Alex Leatherwood back in the draft and redraft.
Oh wow, that was bad. That was bad.
Rough.
That was bad.
Rough.
That was bad.
It's going to be a short, and it's going to get like 2,000 views.
Maybe they want a fast, speedy receiver.
That didn't go well last time they had one.
Relax, man.
Speedy on and off the field.
Oh wow.
He was a force to be reckoned with.
Oh God, dude, Jesus Christ.
Just big Paris Johnson, get out of here. Yeah, big Paris Johnson, get out.
Come to a crashing halt, man.
Oh no.
There was no caution signs for that one.
Oh no, stop.
All right, let's put the brakes on this.
Oh,
yeah, somebody bring in the somebody bring in the yellow tape.
Oh no.
All right, yeah, we're taking Paris Johnson.
Oh no.
He got that he got that dog out of him.
Oh no.
All right. Miles Murphy to the Falcons. They need edge help. They need defensive help bad. So
They need to burn down the organization.
You good with Miles Murphy?
Oh man.
Yep.
All right. Miles Murphy.
Sure. Fine.
All right. Carolina. You got Will Levis and Bryce Young. If you go with what Carolina's
doctoring, you have
it's
Bryce
gonna be
Young.
Will.
If you talk about what the organization, the coaches have all talked about, you're taking Will.
Mm-hmm.
But if Bryce is there,
that's what I'm saying. If Bryce is there, why would you not? But I think it would be Will.
It'd be Will.
So I'm gonna go with Will.
Mayo Man Will.
I hate that. If this is what it looks like and these two are on the board, I'm gonna hate that pick. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna be happy. What's going on here? Go away.
Just wait till none of the four are there. Sweet.
Right? Yeah.
Highly likely.
Right here, I still think it's BPA. I mean,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Young?
No.
No. That's funny. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
Why not Witherspoon? Or do you think Joey Porter? Well, I guess Joey Porter.
You could do either one. Is what I was gonna say. You're losing Bradbury.
Replace him
And
with a cheap guy.
I don't know about CJ either.
I almost feel like
So-
Witherspoon would be a better pick here.
Fit.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
All right, Tennessee at 11.
All I'm
What
going
do
to
they
say
need?
is
Have you seen their wide receiver room? You're taking wide receiver here.
I would also
Yeah.
argue this though. They did. You remember whenever they talked about who was making calls to the number 1 overall pick? You
Yeah.
remember who the 2 teams were?
Tennessee and someone else.
Wasn't it Tennessee and the Panthers?
Yeah.
No, they said that they told us the 2 teams that haven't made the pick.
No,
calls.
yeah, they told us they hadn't done the Colts, and they told us it was the Colts hadn't called and the Texans hadn't called, and in the tweet right under it, he said that the Tennessee Titans had called about the number 1 pick.
Okay, so maybe Edge
Maybe Bryce Young.
or
maybe Bryce Young is my point.
But you have Malik Willis.
Yeah, but
Who cares?
we saw how Malik Willis played last year, and it was not great.
Yes.
He did not look
Can
good.
I make a rebuttal? And you're not going to
No,
like
because
it.
if it's about Jordan Love, I don't want to hear it.
Have you seen
I don't wanna
more
hear
tape
it.
on Jordan Love than you have Malik Willis?
As a Jordan Love fan, yes, I have.
More
I
good
don't
tape.
watch deep on Malik Willis.
Okay.
More good tape
I mean,
in the
to
NFL,
be fair,
yes. Yes.
to be fair, Malik Willis has literally never thrown a touchdown in the NFL.
Yeah, Jordan Love has 4.
He hasn't played.
He has 3 interceptions.
He hasn't
Shut
played.
up, Colin.
Not yeah, Malik Willis. Okay, yeah, we're
Oh,
gonna
okay,
pick
okay.
Malik Willis over Bryce Young. Yeah, okay, yeah, no,
Yeah, let's go Bryce Young. Ryan Tannehill's gone.
Yeah.
Can't believe you-
Texans, I think you pair somebody up with my man CJ.
crazy. Yeah,
And if you're going to, why not grab the best wide receiver in the draft? And why not take Quentin Johnson?
6'4" Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
Kill me.
All right, the Jets. I think this is kind of BPA also, but why not? What's their cornerback room look like?
They got
I know they got Sauce.
you got Sauce, and they had their other corner was pretty good, but I don't know his name.
Okay.
I
Oh,
don't know
look,
either.
I got it.
I would almost feel like Joey Porter Jr. would probably be really good there.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
But I also think that the Patriots
would be
need a
crazy.
corner.
Michael Mayer in that offense would be crazy.
Yeah, he would. But they've got Uzama, who played really well.
Yeah.
Oh,
What about why not take Broderick? What's his name? Who's the tackle they got that's been injured and hasn't really lived up to the potential?
Oh,
Mekhi Becton?
Yep,
Yeah. So why not replace him?
definitely could.
that could
Go
work.
get Broderick. So I mean, give Derek Carr some more protection.
Yeah, that could work.
Fine.
All right, New England. New England is the most like Michael Mayer pick ever, or Peter Skoronski,
I would
or
actually
even
tend to
Brian
disagree.
Brzee.
I would tend to disagree, and I would say that they need to go Joey Porter because they need to shore up their secondary.
That's right. Josh, whatever his name is now gone. That guy they had last year, Jonathan Jones.
Is he
Yeah,
really?
they have
Yeah.
Jack Jones at corner, but across from them where J.C. Jackson was, they don't have anything anymore, as far as I remember. So I think Joey Porter would actually be really good there.
Okay, I'm not against it.
I
Might
mean,
as well
I would.
shore up
I mean, I think you
secondary.
make an argument about receiver.
You could
Who's-
make an
who's their
argument for
receiver? Because
receiver.
Bill can make any corner look good.
Yep.
Bill can also make any receiver look good, i.e. Danny Amendola.
Okay,
I mean,
but that's also when he had Tom,
Brady
Brady.
was
So
his
I mean,
quarterback, so it's like
So, I
Tom Brady
mean,
makes any
yeah.
wide receiver look good.
That's fine. Well, that's
their
fine.
receivers
That's
right
fair.
now are Devontae Parker, Jacoby Myers, but he's gone. Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, Tyquan Thornton, Raleigh Webb, and Matthew Slater.
we're giving these guys somebody to throw the ball to. Let's give them.
Nope.
They're picking Jordan Addison.
Yeah, you're not taking JSN over Jordan Addison.
You're picking Jordan Addison.
That's who I wanted to pick.
And it would be the
Nice.
Patriots right before Green Bay.
It would.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude. Let me be honest with you. I really like Brian Branch to Green Bay. I don't know why that fit is just so eye popping to me.
So I've seen him actually mock to us a whole lot, and I really wouldn't mind it. But the way that I've seen him mock to us is he falls to us in the second round, which is where I think he would go. I don't know. We have a really early second round pick, so I don't know. But I don't know, man. If I'm the Packers here, I don't know if I take a first round receiver. I wish we would, and I wish we'd pick up JSN.
You
I
still
don't
have
like
Rasul under
Michael
contract, right?
Rasul Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so our corner room is
say
actually
Joey.
set right now. I would almost say I don't want us to take a tight end in the first round.
Luke Musgrave.
I would actually almost say that we either take a defensive end here or we take a wide receiver. So with that being said, what do the defensive ends look like right now?
You a 3-4, right? You run a 3-4.
Yeah.
Do you need like a 3-4 defensive end?
We need a guy to go opposite Rashawn Gary, basically. Because we are pretty much for sure going to be losing Dean Lowry.
See, I would say if you go to defensive tackle, Brian Brees. Because yes, I know it says defensive tackle, but he could be a 3-4 edge. He could be your 3-4 edge.
Yeah. Well, and I also think that he would pair up really nicely beside of Preston Smith. And then I mean you think about if you got a front of Preston Smith, Rashawn Gary, let's see here, Kenny Clark, and then you add in Brian Brees, and then you also have
Devontae Wyatt.
Yeah, Devontae Wyatt. I mean, that's a pretty good front five. So
yeah,
I'll take Brian Brees here. I think is probably going to be a smart move for us. I personally think we get 2 first-round picks just because of a Rodgers trade with the Raiders, and we probably end up picking up a wide receiver. If that does happen, look for that to be either JSN or Jordan Addison. But that's just me. Hold your tongue, Aaron.
I am.
One Mr. Washington.
Yep.
Joey Porter, maybe?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, Joey Porter would actually be really good in Washington. Or adversely, I could see Bijan Robinson going here. Just because
you've got the other Robinson.
Oh, Allen? No, not
Brian
Allen.
Robinson.
Brian Robinson. Is he actually good?
He's pretty decent. And they also have Antonio Gibson, who didn't they pay him? Not saying he's good, but
I don't know.
No, just draft Joey Porter.
Okay. All right, Steelers. Well, how about a Alabama running back?
No, they don't need another running
why
back.
not? What about you could do
Cam Smith? They need a corner. They need a corner.
They need corners.
They need corners.
They would also. I'll be honest with you guys. This is probably where I could see. I could honestly see.
You got it.
A tight end going.
They have Pat Freiermuth.
They've got freaking Pat Freiermuth, man.
Are you telling me that?
On my hand, Pat.
I'm not hating on him. No,
you could make an argument wide receiver. You've got George Pickens and.
Dude, you imagine George
Johnson.
Pickens and Jason on the same team? That'd be nice.
Name their number 1 corner right now.
Cam Smith.
You said Cam. I mean, yeah.
We went Cam Smith. Shut up. I don't even. I mean, I was kind of whatever.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you name it?
No, I really don't know who their number 1 corner is.
I have no idea.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it might be Sutton. I'm looking
Who?
at it right now.
Cam Sutton.
Cam Sutton.
I don't know who that is.
All I know is what's his name retired. Joe Hayden retired, so I know it's not him. It's William Jackson. My bad. And they have Cameron Sutton, but again,
the Lions. What would be a good? Okay, Lions. Earlier we took a corner.
Yep.
What if they what's their safeties look like? Because what if we shared them up with Brian Branch?
Their safety. Let me look at their safeties real quick. I really don't want Brian Branch going to the Lions because that.
Well, it doesn't matter what you want.
They have that one dude that was a freaking pick magnet for Rodgers, Kirby Johnson.
I don't want to talk about it.
He's a dog.
Look at their top two needs: cornerback, safety, linebacker, tight end, QB.
Yeah, I'll give him Brian Branch.
I like Brian Branch there.
I mean, that's 2 to 3, 2 to 1, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 2/3.
Cody, we're going Brian Branch.
Fact.
Oh, I don't care. No, Tracy Walker third is their starting safety, and then Kirby
Joseph,
whatever.
Yeah,
Kirby just got a dog in him.
Brian Branch.
And then Ifeatu Maflanu.
Dude, the
Buccaneers are
Bucs
honestly going to
could
pick a
go.
kicker.
Honestly, I think they go linebacker, and I could see him taking Trenton Simpson.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe. Or do they go Peter
could even
Skronsky?
Could go Peter. Could go Isaiah Foskey. They really are. They need a lot of things right now.
They need
kind of in
literally
rebuild,
everything.
So it's like, what do you value most?
I think
right
you
now?
may be trying, if they're really going with Kyle Trask, which who knows if that's real.
They're
you better
tanking
give him as
so
much.
hard.
They're going to tank so hard. You might as well
hard.
pick Peter and try and have Peter and
For
Tristan
next year.
Wirfs as your tackles.
I don't disagree. I like that.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that either.
All right, Seattle. The first pick they took an edge. So,
God, you just make
Maybe-
an insane wide receiver room. Jesus.
do what?
Yeah, I was going to
So you
say
just make an insane wide receiver room where you have Tyler Lockett, DK, and Jackson and Jason.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Or do you
That's
shore?
actually-
Or do you shore
Reed.
up your corners and you draft Keely Ringo?
Or do you be smart about it and get Michael Mayer here because they don't really have a tight end?
You could go Michael Mayer. That
Fair.
wouldn't be bad
That's
either.
fair.
That's a good tight end room. That's a good room anyway. Even
And you got their edge.
where you talk about your JSN and all that, but you could
Yeah.
take JSN out and have DK, Tyler, and Michael Mayer. I actually really like that.
Yeah.
I'm good with Michael Mayer.
Yeah, go Michael Mayer.
The Chargers. They're probably going to draft a wide receiver.
Jackson.
Yeah, they're probably going Jackson. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm sure Keenan Allen's getting cut.
Mm-hmm.
So we're good there. Baltimore. That sucks.
Sucks for that. Sucks for you, bud.
Yeah, I don't really know what you would do here.
Jalen Hyatt, I feel like they're going to want to get a receiver for a
I'm
little
going to
while.
be honest with you. I think I would.
Or
I
Zay Flowers?
think Zay Flowers.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
we'll give him Zay Flowers.
Give him
Whether
Zay
they
Flowers.
have
Give him that route runner.
Lamar or not.
Vikings. Wow, look at these dudes.
Yeah, the Vikings probably draft like a punter.
Yeah, I'm thinking a kicker maybe.
Where's Minnesota? Down here. Corner, wide receiver, safety, linebacker, running back. Why do they need a running back?
They don't need a run. Oh, because I think don't
Madison's
don't
a free
quote me
agent.
on this, but I heard that Dalvin Cook is unhappy.
So what if they get rid of Cook and they let Madison walk and they draft Bijan Robinson?
What if they didn't do that?
Oh boy,
That'd be nasty. Is what that would be.
it would. Give me. What about Trenton Simpson here?
Yeah, I don't want my last name associated anywhere with the Minnesota Vikings. They can have Clark Phillips III.
I mean, man, if you're gonna lose, I'm just trying to think about who they're losing in the corner room. They're losing.
They're definitely losing Pat Pete.
I mean, dude. I mean, we heard that. Oh, oh,
That wasn't me.
Go
My wife
Ringo.
at home.
go Ringo,
Give me just a second, guys.
Ringo, yeah.
go Ringo. Mute, mute.
We can mute him on up.
Mute him. Mute him.
There we go.
Oh, thank God.
All
Okay.
right.
Oh God.
I thought my man just blew one up.
So did I.
No way, dude.
He's totally gonna freaking hit the freaking cut
All
button on
right.
that. You gotta unmute.
Jacksonville. Oh, is he back? Oh,
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back. But no, my wife just got home from the hospital. She's a little sick.
okay.
So
You're gonna have to cut this stuff out.
Praise
You know that, right?
I'm cutting so much stuff out, dude.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
This 2-hour episode is gonna be like maybe.
See, now this is an episode where you can cut it down to like an hour 45 of all the shit you cut out.
Yeah.
Factoid.
Okay.
All right,
All
let's
right.
keep rolling.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Who's it? Dude,
Uh,
never mind. I was about to ask a stupid question. Never mind.
Jacksonville. Corner, safety, tight end, guard, DT.
Clark Phillips, welcome to your new home.
Right. What's the DTs look like? Ooh, Gervin Dexter.
Oh, yeah, Dexter ain't no first round pick though.
I'm taking Emmanuel Ford, so I'm taking Clark Phillips. No.
What? Oh well, I guess he does have a lot of picks. That's a fact. Clark
Go
Phillips is
Forbes.
a dog.
Dude, I'm not drafting somebody with the name Clark.
What do you mean?
That's not it.
That's just
Well, it
rude.
doesn't matter what you think.
Wait, let me see. Let me. I'm looking
God
something up.
Almighty! I hope the Vikings take freaking Bijan Robinson.
Let me see something. Emmanuel
What is
Forbes.
your hatred for me?
What? Why are you the way you are?
Why are you-
Dude, I mean, maybe.
All right, can we get on with this?
Yeah, what are we
I'm
doing
saying
here?
Clark.
Okay, we'll take
Okay.
Clark. Screw it. Giants.
Trenton.
Trenton.
Okay, I like that. Cowboys.
Bijan.
Luca Van Ness.
What?
Or Lucas.
Dude, come on, get back on the Bijan train, bro.
Yeah, I thought we were Bijan here because there's no Tony Pollard.
Are we
no-
really gonna let? I mean, just think
Oh,
about
that's
this.
fair. That's fair. Okay.
They
go
better
ahead.
not let Bijan follow the freaking Chiefs. That's all I'm saying.
He wouldn't follow the Chiefs because he'd go to the Bills.
That's a fact.
You
Although
imagine.
they'd waste them. So who cares?
So we're going Bijan.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Jamar
Bills.
Gibbs.
Jamal
Yeah.
Gibbs.
I could say
That's two first round
I
running-
could see-
Two
I
first round
mean-
running backs.
Yeah,
but they deserve
maybe.
it, I think.
Yeah, but they're losing. What's his
Or-
name? Why not take
ooh.
a safety?
No, why not take Darnell Washington? Because they don't. I mean,
Because he's
Is,
going to the
uh,
Panthers. Shut up.
They have what's his face? Dawson Knox.
Yeah, Dawson Knox.
yeah, but
Dawson Knox.
I mean, isn't he like on the older side for what a tight end is?
Let me see. I can look this up.
I thought it was like 26. No lie.
I think he is like 20 something.
I'm not.
He was
putting that
drafted
down.
in 2019.
Oh yeah, he's young.
Oh yeah, he's fine then.
So either Antonio Johnson, safety wise, or you can go to Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah, he's 26.
I would go Antonio Johnson because we actually talked about earlier how
'Cause
they're
you're losing
their
Poyer.
safeties. Yeah,
Unless they somehow sign Jesse Bates.
Not happening.
I don't. I
Bengals.
would not say it's not happening.
Not happening.
Bengals.
He's gonna want to go to a
Think-
warm weather state.
I think Bengals still need. Actually,
Let's see here.
do Bengals need a tight end?
They need
They need offensive
I-
line is what they need.
they need O line actually and Osiris.
Osiris.
is
Osiris
a
Torrance.
dog.
Osiris.
Dog.
Punter.
Saints.
Punter or
Punter.
Jamar
They're-
Gibbs.
Snapper. Long snapper.
Gibbs.
They're probably taking edge. No lie.
What about Gibbs?
What is?
Oh,
your obsession
yeah.
with Gibbs?
Alvin Kamara is like
What do you mean? What's
a
my
walking
with
piece
Gibbs?
of crap. So
Yeah.
I could see him somehow getting cut.
Jamar Gibbs is a. They literally his comparison literally is Alvin.
But
But
you're also only have Olave and you're trading, probably cutting Michael Thomas. Why not Josh Downs?
Because he's
I
gonna
don't
fall to us at like.
Let's be
42.
honest. You've got these three guys. I think could go to the Saints. It
Yeah.
could go in the second too, but I mean, you've got
I'm not
Olave.
gonna
Why not
disagree,
add
but,
even more with Josh Downs? Jesus.
but if you don't have Alvin, then you don't have a running back.
Yeah, but you know, like me, just like we've talked about, running backs are few and far between. You can grab a cheap one in free agency for nothing.
Yeah, but most of the time, the people who do that are actually good coaches. So
That's true. So yeah, I like Jahmyr Gibbs here. Well, I don't like it, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
correct.
The
Thanks.
Philly Eagles, they are losing a lot, so they could use a lot. And I'm thinking they go edge.
Yeah, I like that.
agree.
Isaiah or Lucas?
I say Isaiah. Mainly because I keep seeing
Okay.
Lucas's name, and I never see anything good. Like I see good stuff, but I'm like I never noticed you ever before this.
Yeah. What do the Chiefs need? Chiefs need tackle.
I don't agree with tackle.
Wide receiver.
Actually, I do agree with tackle.
Edge, safety, defensive tackle.
You know who? I bet you DeWanda Jones might be the big year because he played right tackle in college,
Mm-hmm.
and then they need a right tackle because
Not bad.
they're gonna franchise tag what's his name, Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you have an offensive line of freaking a massive Orlando Brown, Trey Smith, Joe Thuney, Creed Humphreys, and DeWanda Jones, who's 6'8".
Yeah. I've also seen Nolan Smith go here too.
They definitely do need an edge, but
So
I'm protecting my 10-year
yeah,
investment.
I'm protecting my 10-year investment.
So, yep.
And there we go.
Wow, look at that. We're so good.
There's your
Nice.
first round mock draft.
Yeah,
If you're a fan of these teams,
put a bunch of money on that. That's happening.
please
Exactly.
comment down below. Let me know. Let us all know what you think and why we're wrong about who we picked and why we're right. And we will see you guys next time. We cannot wait.
Yep. So that was episode 8, man. Thanks for joining us as always. If you liked what you saw or listened to, depending on where you're at, obviously we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And then if you are one of our viewers here on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so that you can always know when Pack the Bank upload the video. It's great to know. But anyways, I think we're going to get out of here, guys. Kind of a longer episode. Got a lot to do. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.